So
It's gonna be... Oh, sorry, I just hit my mic with my water bottle. I apologize to your ear.
that's okay. That's going to be our cold open for the for the episode. So hello and welcome to Travelers of the Trojan Reach. I'm Judge Zed, aka Zach Lane, and today we're going to be playing some Traveler. I'm here with a few of my players. We're still waiting on a few more people to show up, but we're going to do a little bit of a recap of the previous session last week. How are you all doing today?
Good.
Your comment to breathe really helped. Um, I'm a musician, so I perform a lot, and the reason I'm a good performer is because my stress translates to adrenaline, not to like anxiousness. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting way of dealing with it. But I don't get stressed; I get wired. This is how I'll describe it. So.
That's very interesting. I actually, one of the things I've been using to help myself when I get very anxious is like imagining a metronome and just trying to keep a rhythm in my head is like a really good way of like helping with anxiousness. So if you're watching this video and it's not today, then I'll just say today's January 6th, 2021, and you know you're already aware of what's going on. So it's, what is it, 5:13 p.m. here on the west coast here, and we're about to play a little bit of Traveler and talk about what we set up last week in our kind of like basically our zero session for the campaign where everyone met, exactly like what we're going to what we're going to be getting into. So who we have? We have hold on, I have my character names.
Everyone in call right now has their names on there in the Discord.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Oh, hey, look at that. So we've got Outlook, who's playing Cal Sonnet, who is a famous news reporter, if I'm not mistaken, turned honorary scout. Is that right?
Basically.
Yeah, basically.
And then Farslow Donaru, who's being played by Brogar, and you're a pretty interesting character. I really like your name. You have like one. Honestly, it's one of the better names that I've seen.
Farslow tries. He's done a little bit of everything. A little bit of Marine, a little bit of engineer, a little bit of trader. Not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Oh, excellent. And then Zay Smith, who's being played by Elijah, and they are the senior scout, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Awesome.
Senior Scout Zay Smith piloting the Opportunity.
The Opportunity, which is a Type S scout ship, a classic ship in the realm of Traveler, a classic ship in the game of ships.
Rather old one too.
Yes, and has quite a storied history as well. But where we last left off, well, I mean, I guess we should. Yeah, let's go over where we left off. Everyone had met up. You three are on a mission into the Trojan Reach, which is a neutral area of space. And what is your mission exactly?
Find settlements on, like, previously discovered planets that are unknown.
Yeah, so currently head to heaven, right? And then once we make it there, scan an area where they think, where the Imperial Scout Service thinks that there is a settlement of interest, and investigate it if it exists, and report back to them.
Awesome, not bad.
I believe there were some suspicions within our group that the scouts know there's something there, and it's probably gonna fuck us over.
Yeah, that the they called this like an underhand throw on the outset, but their comment was like, "We don't know what's there, so like be prepared." Which who knows? Maybe that sounds like they know more than they're telling.
Yeah, could be. Could be. And I believe they gave you like 1,000-kilometer area to like check out.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you have any plans for that necessarily. But I guess of the three of you, one of the things I want to know is over the holiday. It is the only holiday of the year. Do your characters party?
Would we have been in Wildman over the holiday?
Yes. So yeah, we're gonna actually skip a day here, and we're gonna
so
jump.
we meet up, shopped, then hung out for a little bit, and then the next day we left.
Exactly. So you meet up on Holiday Eve, which is actually the last day of the year 1104, day 365. Then you get your day of like shopping and hanging out, and also potentially carousing or like gambling, whatever you want to do. And I do want to like kind of attempt these. I have these homebrewed carousing rules and gambling rules that I find are pretty interesting that I'd like to try out with Traveler.
Sure, I'll try party.
Okay. So do you have? Let's take a look here. The venue is. What's the law level here?
I think it was 4 or 5.
Stuck in my mind.
Yeah, 4.
4. Okay. So that's
It was one where like light assault weapons. I don't know.
Okay, and this is an upscale venue, so there's those modifiers completely nullify each other. You're not renowned or notorious in the area, so I'm not going to give you any modifiers for that one. And are you going to just be like carousing or gambling?
Just carousing. I don't have gamblers. I don't want to lose all my money.
Okay, that's totally fair. All right, so what we're going to do is. Let me see.
Say is probably gonna gamble a little bit, if we're being honest.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just an average carouse check. It's a social based check. It's gonna be like up to 6 hours. It's 1 to 6 hours of your time to party. And I'm just going to take us over to the map of the place that you'll be partying in. All right. So what did you get on your carouse check?
I got a 9.
Oh, a +1.
Wow, that's an impressive +3 on that. Is that all from social?
2 of it is from social.
Okay, cool.
All right. So yeah, let me know what you get over 8. So you got who got a 9 again?
Me. Outlook.
Outlook. Outlook. You are going to get a tattoo, a piercing, or an unusual outfit. And it's going to cost a little bit of money. But we can kind of work out how exactly you get it. Or what exactly it is. Like maybe you want it in like a thing. And you didn't exactly like, cuz you don't have like a ton of money, do you?
I have very many monies.
You have very many monies? Okay, so this says you get a tattoo, piercing, or unusual outfit. It costs 5d6 times 10 credits.
That's fine.
Okay, do you want to roll that then?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that out for us real quick.
220 credits.
220 credits. Not terrible. And so what is this thing that you end up getting? Is it like a ridiculous outfit? Do you actually get a full-on tattoo or a piercing?
Say I get an outfit. I don't know what, but I get like some weird outfit that's in Wildman for some reason.
Okay.
And some people wear it for whatever reason.
And well, and maybe it's not. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a cultural thing, but like, what makes it like over the top? Is it like all silk and purple? Is it like, some like over the top? Is it super super elegant, or is it like really like grungy and grimy, or is it something that's got spikes all over it? Does it have like an emblem emblazoned on it? Maybe it's like got like a. Maybe it's like a crazy like scout themed jumpsuit with a bunch of like logos of the scouting service all over it, or maybe it's just like a super nice, like it's like a very nice tuxedo almost, like with some space silk woven into it from the giant spiders on some horrible planet.
God.
I'll let you stew on that, but you pick up an outfit.
Give me some time.
Yeah. So what was it? Somebody said they got what did you say? You got a 13 or something?
No, I think only Cal is rolled. Only Outlook's rolled.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Did anybody else want to roll?
You know.
Gamble.
I'm gonna do some gambling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let the gamblers gamble first.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a gamble.
It's just gonna be off in the corner.
Okay.
What is? Can I use intellect?
That's a great question. Let's check this out. Gambling. This says specifically that yes, gambling is an intellect check.
Okay.
It's your brain.
Not great.
What'd you get?
I got a 3.
You got a 3, which is -5.
Yeah.
All right. So normally we would set this at the beginning, but the table stakes is what you owe times what you end up with your modifier. So you got -5, which is really bad.
Yeah.
You owe the table stakes times 50. Now in this case, because it's episode 2, we're all learning these rules and stuff. You're gonna win. I'm sorry. You're gonna owe 5 times 50, which is the minimum amount of table stakes available. So you owe 250 credits on some gambling tables here. Where are they? Probably there's a casino here. There it is. Down here, if you can. I don't know if you can see my ping down there at the southern end of this the leisure dome there. It's upside. All the stuff in there is upside down because of the way that these modules, the modular building design things work. But yeah, that's the you're in there. You're gambling it up, and you end up losing some money, but not a whole lot of money. Just 250 credits. Do you have 250 credits to lose?
Yeah. I do.
Okay.
So can I know the table stakes before I sit down? Is that like a thing I can do?
So yes. You have 2 options so far. I have been working on some ways to incorporate gambling into my games a little better. With this gambling check, you just have to get an 8. So your stakes are going to be rolling an 8, and I can pull this up real quick. I have the stats on all of this. In this booklet. So You Don't Want to Die in the Vacuum of Space has a section in it at the end that'll tell you what the odds of rolling, at least. I think the average is a 7 and you have a 16% chance of rolling at least a 7. Adding up all of the other percentage chances. So what is your modifier to that? What is your gambling check plus intelligence?
-1 total because it's untrained.
Oh, so yeah, you're gonna have a -1 total of that. So you have to get at least a 9.
Yeah. I know. It's not the smart. Oh, trust me, Elijah doesn't want to make this decision, but like, Zay probably does this. So
Yes.
follow through.
That is totally fair. So yeah, you have a 27.61% chance of winning some money at the gambling table. And then Brogar, was there anything you wanted to do on this day of holiday?
Farslow will try a little bit of carousing.
Okay.
He thinks it'd be cool to get a jacket.
Well, all right. So you can just buy a jacket. The carousing thing will just kind of choose for you.
You got to carouse for your.
You got to carouse for your jacket. You're absolutely correct. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll on the carousing table then. Or roll a carousing check. We'll see what you get.
Here we go. And then we're gonna modify it with social. Oh, there's an 8.
An 8? Okay,
That
all right.
Actually, if it's modified with social, that ought to be a 7.
Oh, modified with social, it's a -1?
Yeah, he's got a -1 for social.
Okay, all right. You learn something about the area. You learn that there are still belters here who are loyal to the Belter Uprising, basically. And there's actually like a whole city on this planet that is like a free port, quote unquote, that is ruled by the Belters and their union. Basically, they just like, we control this. This is ours. But they did have an uprising a few years ago, many years ago, that maybe Zay will remember a little bit better. And there are even some other characters who are much more involved who have just not yet played with us, unfortunately. So you learn that is what you learn. Maybe you run into somebody who's still loyal to that, and you overhear them talking. But that's absolutely something that happens to you while you are carousing on this holiday.
Cool.
So we'll go ahead and we'll cut over to the intro then.
I finally figured out how to adjust the music, and it's on roll 20.
Yes.
I did it. I'm so proud of myself.
All right. So it's one day, second day of the year, really the first day of the year that isn't like a major holiday. And it is the first day of the week, and you are all on Wilderman. I'll pull up the Wilderman ship scan here. Hello. This is the map of Wilderman. We can all get a good look at it. You're in Wilderman City right now, but you have a mission on Heaven, which is a planet that's about 30 hours away. But that's not too difficult for your ship to get to. You have about half a... Although you probably... We'll say you got topped up by the scout. The scouts, when they came in and did work on your ship, we'll say they topped you up then. So you do have a full tank of purified fuel. Refined fuel, I should say. So I will leave it up to you all as to how and when. None of you are waking up particularly like super hungover or scattered from what it would seem. So I'll just put up the busy spaceport ambience, and I'll let you all decide how you want to go about this mission. Whether you wanted to like just do a orbital scan and then send people in, or to land directly on the planet first, like go to the starport and ask around, maybe even try to charter a separate vessel that's more used to traveling on this other planet, gather information first. It's all up to what you want to do and how you want to attack this.
Unrelated to the mission, when everyone returns to the ship the next day, or just whenever everyone's on the ship, Cal will go around and calibrate his medi-scanner to everyone else on the crew.
Okay, and how does that work exactly? You have to just you have to go up to them and calibrate.
Basically, it takes like a D6 minutes, and then I get a +1 to medical checks.
Oh, okay.
If they're, on the database, and I have the metascanner on me.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, I would say yes, as long as everybody's chill with it. And I don't.
Yeah, which I was gonna say, if anyone stops him, let me know.
Not me.
Yeah.
Happily obliges.
Cool.
Thank you much.
It would be we'll get down to it. I don't think in the moment of like, okay, you're getting scanned, like I don't remember being okay with being scanned previously, like then it's like, well then you die because you're already, we probably won't talk about it again until somebody gets hurt real bad and needs a medical scan, but we'll cross those bridges when we come to it. Hopefully no one will completely object to that. Let's go ahead and jump to yeah. So you get your medical scanner tagged up with everybody. Did anybody else want to do anything?
I don't need to like do any plotting of a course or anything. I just know that they're, or do I?
I mean, there would be a moderate amount of astrogation, but I wouldn't say too much since it's a visible body in that galaxy.
Okay. Do you need a roll for anything? I do have a computer that has like a really high astrogation program on it.
Oh yeah, what is? Go ahead and have that roll for you.
So when I use the expert software, do I add my characteristic modifier to it, or do I just treat it as a flat roll?
So the expert.
And to have expert help you get a +1, but it can, I think, roll by itself.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Specialized computer, not expert. So like.
Well, a specialized computer has expert software on it, correct?
Okay, so it has astrogation 4 on it. So is that just roll 2d6 plus 4, and then that's the end of it?
No, so I think it's actually your computer power is gonna dictate what kind of computer is it?
So it has computers too, but if you only specialize it to one type of software, you can run higher programs in that software according to the book.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, that 100% makes sense. So computers too. I believe computers is going to be the And I just want to confirm this. I believe that it's computer 2. I believe it's 2 plus 4. So I think it's 6 all day, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
I want to look this up. I'm in weapons right now, so I'm close to computers. There's armor. I skipped it. Skills, augments, comms, computers and software.
Yeah, I got it under the specialized computer section. It's like after portable. There's honestly not much on specialized computers apart from like a paragraph.
No, there's not. So what I'm gonna say is that
I see. So it gives the same DM, but it just can help you on harder checks. Is what Steve is saying. Or Wiggles.
oh, what is? Hold on,
In
Well,
general.
I got
I don't
you.
know, like, technically they diverge because the example in the book is computers 1 astrogation.
Steve the EEA Wiggles said expert software can give a character using it a bonus depending on difficulty.
Oh, so is it used by an intelligent system?
It can be used by an intelligence system, but if a character's using it, it's a +1 if it's 10 or less.
Yes. All right. That's what I needed to know.
Yeah, if the difficulty check was 12, then expert 1 can't help. If the difficulty was 12, then expert 2 can help, or expert 3 can help.
Got you. All right. So I'm gonna say that this is a pretty basic check. So I would say that if you have this at, this can give you the +1, or if it is being run on intelligent software, like Wiggles said, then we can go ahead and have the machine roll, basically. But I do need to know whether or not your computer has intelligent software on it.
Well, it should be running that. It should be running just that program, right? According to the specialized computer thing.
Then I don't think I think intelligent is 2 different things.
Yeah, an intelligent interface allows voice control. Wait, hold on.
It's the bottom one. There's intelligent interface. And
Intellect,
there's intelligent.
Yeah. So a specialized computer allows you to run higher level software on lower level equipment. So if the software requires bandwidth 3, but you have a specialized computer, you can run that on bandwidth 1.
Yeah. So I have a computers 2 power computer with astrogation 4 on it.
Yeah. So you basically all it is just from the expert system, but it's using a crappier computer to run a higher software system.
All right,
so it's
cool.
kind of like having a specialized math chip in there.
So yeah, this says the intellect is an improved agent which can use expert systems. For example, a robot doctor might be running intellect 1 and expert medic 3, giving it a medic skill of 2. An intellect program can simultaneously use a number of skills equal to its bandwidth.
Yeah, it's a combo thing.
Yeah.
So
it's basically what we're saying is, it sounds like you're going to get a +1 to your astrogation check for this.
I spent way too much money on this thing for a +1. I have a better modifier myself. I'll toss this.
Well,
thing.
no, it gives a +1 to your
Yeah, to your thing that you already have.
So imagine like you have like a specialized calculator or a bunch of like prefabulated like tables to look up readily. It just helps you do it better.
Yeah.
So I don't get the +4 even though it's running astrogation 4.
It's a +1, I believe, when you're using it to supplement your own character. It can do the check itself, or it can help you do the check. If it's helping you do the check, it's just a +1.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah, if it was making the check itself, you would have an AI that runs the computer for you that you would have to install on there. But what you have right now is you have like basically like a hologram display of the current solar system that you're in that allows you to track in real time where every planet is so that you could properly jump into or out of this solar system without killing everyone in your ship.
Okay.
Yeah, it still has utility though because it can still do astrogation checks without any humans doing it. So if we come across a situation where all the characters who have astrogation skill are busy or dead, they can do that roll. So it's not useless.
Okay. Okay.
But it doesn't do the astrogation with a +4, does it? Or is that exactly what it does?
I would have to
I
redo
believe it
the rules
takes a
for that.
minus of some sort,
Okay.
like any expert software.
Okay, I'll just have it.
Yeah, I
help me do
tend to
the
use
check.
What?
expert system to supplement my broker skill in other games. That's why I know that rule.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll just have it assist me do the check.
All right.
Did it not?
Nope, there it
not
goes.
Go for it.
10, natural 10. What did you get on top of that?
14.
14.
Because I have astrogation 1, and then intellect, and then the computer.
Cool. Yeah, so that's a 14 all day. That's incredible. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's a +6 to your check. So I'm going to say that with that much, you're going to be able to actually reduce the travel time to just a flat 24 hours. You're going to be able to shave 6 hours off the check by doing a slingshot maneuver.
Oh, nice.
But you'll have to do it today, is the thing. Because you do this check, when you do the check, you're doing the check for, now. And all of these stellar bodies are actively moving. So, the window of you being able to use this check, lessens the longer time that goes by.
Okay.
But your check is still incredible. So, I mean, it's still... It's gonna be like a full 24 hours before you end up it being a 30-hour trip again.
Okay. Do we want to go to Heavenport first and sell the shit that we have on board? Or attempt to, I guess?
Sure, I can try selling the stuff. And then we can
Do we want to do that after?
pick up again and then scan.
How about taking some pictures from orbit on the way into the starport? So that we at least have some data when we land.
Orbital scan Heavenport, decide what to do.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, not a bad idea. All right, so is everybody gonna get on the ship and get ready to cast off then?
I don't see why not.
Surely.
All right.
Farslow settles in. He's happy to help with, random ship tasks. He's got a few skills if you need it. If Zay's got everything under control, he's happy to look out the window.
Hey.
Are you one of the ones with the gunner skill?
I do. I have Gunner 1.
Okay, cool. You're on the guns, my man.
Cool.
You get to clamber up the ladder. You sit in the gunner seat for the whole ride.
Farslow thinks about shooting at things randomly, but thinks better of it.
Ooh, an asteroid.
All right, so you head to you get on the train that's going to take you to the station there where you'll be able to enter into this moving runway with all of these holographic advertisements for local businesses. You're in hangar 30X, X-ray 30, and you'll be able to just get in there and take off. The pod bay, the shuttle bay doors will open up, and you'll be able to launch out of there. If, God willing, the sound effect actually works. Let's see. Not at all. Nope.
I got
I
it.
can hear it.
Oh, you can all hear it? That's crazy.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I can't hear it at all.
Sounds like a windy day.
It sounds like a spaceship.
Well, yes, the spaceship
yeah.
is taking off.
Yes, indeed.
All right. So, where is everybody? But it's going to be a long trip. Where's everybody going to be bunking at? That's something I've wanted to check out here for a while. We haven't really talked about this too much. But I think we actually have a few enough players currently that you could ostensibly have your own rooms.
Let's see. I don't think Farslow's got his bottle cap on this map, but I'm new here. You're welcome to assign him to whatever stateroom you'd like.
Well, are we leaving some people behind on Wildman?
I mean,
No,
maybe.
Because if we're all having our own rooms, that means that we're not at max capacity anymore.
Yes, this is true.
yeah, I guess the question is, how are we dealing with the people who aren't here right now? Are they on the ship, but like we'll figure that out later, or are they back at Wild?
I guess it really depends on, like, I guess I wish I could say, but it's gonna depend on, like, next week. Like, if at next week there's people who, like, still haven't even played yet, we could probably assume they're not going to play. But if next week we have, like, a full house, it'll be its own thing. But I think for now we can just, like, assume that you all have dibs.
Okay. Say, seeing this, says to Cal, if I don't have to share, I guess I'll just go in my own room. No offense to you, though. Seem like a great guy.
Alright, see ya.
I'm sure you understand.
I'm staying in this room.
More hole on the outside of you, I see.
Yes.
Alright, so which, real fast, just give me the letter of the stateroom you're in, and then, your character's name.
You flip back to the other map.
Yes, good idea.
I forget.
No worries.
C. Cal Sonnet C.
Calsonnet C?
Say, you look like you're in B, right?
Yeah, Zay, Smith, B.
Okay. Farslow being D, I guess.
Okay, Farslow, Zay, Cal, and Bravo Charlie Delta. We got it. It's a 30-hour trip, so I'm not going to roll for any random events. But we can assume that you all managed to get to heaven in relative safely. I do have to roll. I guess I do have to roll a random encounter check, don't I? Let's do that real
I
quick.
also like to claim the office. That's mine.
Alright, no random encounter. It looks like you all are fine this time.
Damn.
Let's go ahead and do we'll see, let's get this here's the map.
So we're looking to use the scanners that they've given us from atmosphere, or from space, right? And then try and dock at Heavenport.
Yes. But you'll have to, like, so you already know the general, like, 1,000-kilometer area where this stuff has been reported.
Okay.
So you would need to, like, get in orbit and position your ship over top of that 1,000-kilometer limit, and then do some scans at that point, and then maybe, like, land and take a look at your scans after that.
Okay.
Get into position.
Yeah, what do we need to do for that?
Just give me a basic piloting check.
Can I use the... I know there's like a mechanic where if you make the task take more time, you get a higher bonus to it.
I'm actually gonna give you
the
a...
DM goes down.
Yes, the DM goes down, and what do we have here? 5 here on weather. I'm gonna say mostly favorable weather conditions, so... for this, I would say this is gonna be like a 5, but if you wanted to take your time, it would drop down to like a 3.
Okay. How much would that make it take, like, significantly longer?
I would say yeah. It would it would go from minutes to hours. Yeah, it would go from like tens of minutes to hours, like as how long the scans take.
Okay. I'll just do the piloting check regularly then.
Okay. Cool. So this is gonna
Do
take.
it. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So it takes you like, 10 or so minutes once you're in position, to actually get to pop these scans off. But you do get the scans, and you get a 1,000-kilometer readout here.
Okay, so this is the map of the hex on the other map that they marked, right?
Correct.
And are we getting this from our scan?
The green stuff is what you're picking up from your scan, and that is just it's residual Sophant thought patterns that are being picked up as being aberrant against what like the known settlements that are there. So these are aberrant Sophant thought patterns.
Sophant.
So yeah, Sophants are just like humans and Dryomes or humans and Droins and Hivers and Aslan and Vargar.
Humanoid creatures that have intelligence.
Anything
Right.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I see.
And so as we look at
Well,
these,
like, actually, I looked it up on the wiki. It's natural, organic, sentient life.
Okay.
Yes.
yes, important to clarify in science fiction. Not an AI.
It's not. It's
so
not gas.
As we look at these
Probably.
data, are we looking at kind of one settlement, but we're not quite sure what hex it is, or are we looking at multiple areas? Or do we know?
You don't know. This is what you're looking at. You got the reading. We'll jump over real quick to get a better view of the other one. There's the hex as it was initially. It's just like an area on the hex that is highlighted in green there with a big question mark. I'm just gonna ping it for old time's sake. And then we come over here and you now see this info, which is a little bit more detailed terrain-wise. You can see that the rough terrain is a little bit more elevated. The marshlands are a little bit lower. The lakes lower, especially so, except for the lake up there in the northern section in the rough patch, but that is not even pertaining to your mission in any way. So this is what you see. You get basically this bizarre trail, this smattering of places where intelligent life forms have been recently.
Okay. Did they tell us, like, how recent this thing can detect?
It's within, I mean, like months.
Okay.
It's sometime in the last like 3 to 6 months.
Okay, so this could also be movement and not where they are now.
Correct.
Is there any data crunching we can do, while we're down at the spaceport or anywhere offline to improve our picture? Is this as good as it's going to get without actually flying there?
This is as good as it's gonna get without actually flying there. And like I don't have we'll say like I don't have like this all like this is as good as this is the highest fidelity I have this all mapped out on as far as like the encoding goes. But if you wanted like just like visual, like better visual scans, let's take a look. We'll go to the combat page and we'll check out what the scanning readouts are. So, here's your sensors. You have neural activity scanners, which, you're fully able to use. Those work at short, close, and adjacent ranges. So you're at least, 1,250 kilometers away to pick up this stuff on your scanners, which I would say is fair. That's orbit. So let's take a look at visual scanners. You could get full fine details from overhead. Now, this is from overhead in a planet with a very dense atmosphere. And what a dense atmosphere means is it's not a lack of oxygen that kills you. It's a prevalence of it. There's too much oxygen, and you end up suffocating on oxygen, more or less, or dealing with like oxygen sickness. It's low altitude sickness that will end up taking you out on this world. So that's what you have to be wary of, more or less. But yeah, so this is the info that you get. Did you all want to try to land at Heavenport, which it's not, I guess it's not too far away. It's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8,000 kilometers away from this location. So I mean, you could just call in and land there if there's not a wait.
Let's just, I guess, check if there's a wait.
Yeah, it can't hurt to call in.
Okay. Yeah. So let's get a communications check from someone.
I got you.
You got a 10 all day? Nice. Okay, that's what that said. You got a 5 plus. You got a +5 on your comms check. That's really impressive.
They have the skill soft in my head that's helping, but I have a 4 normally.
Oh, that makes sense. All right, no worries. So yeah, if you want to go ahead and what do you radio in?
I don't know their code, but
it's the UWP for their planet that they're on. It's at the top of this map.
There we go. Alright, now I have to remember our ship's thingy.
Sierra, yeah.
This is Sierra 39er. Forgot what G was. 4 to Charlie Alpha Delta 858 Alpha -7. Requesting permission to land. Over.
Sierra-39er Gamma 4. This is Charlie Alpha Delta 858-A7. Heavenport Low. We have docking space available for you. And I'm just scanning your ship there. We have no wait time currently for your spacecraft here at the downport. No, I'm sorry. We have a 1-hour wait time here at the downport for your craft. And it is going to be 200 credits to dock with 100 credits per day afterwards. Would you like us to put you on the list?
Yes,
Over.
please. Over.
Thank you very much. Alright, we'll see you. We'll buzz you in 1 hour. Over.
Alright. I tell the rest, everybody else what's going on, and let's go find a seat to sit on.
Alright, so you all wait it does take an hour, and it is going to be 200 credits to land with an extra 100 credits a day. They've got unrefined fuel only. Oh no, they do have refined fuel, but they also have unrefined fuel. They have kind of a low quality. It's a C quality starport. It's not great, but I do have it all mapped out here.
And if we want fuel, we can just get some from the ocean. Scoop
When
it
do
up.
we even need fuel? Because I mean, isn't like 4 weeks of in-system operation?
Yes,
is
yeah, you
like
have
a
all.
ton?
I think I actually did the math. Let me see.
I don't think we need fuel, but I'm saying if we needed fuel, we could just.
Yeah.
Yeah, you use half a ton of fuel a week,
Oh wow. Okay.
and your ship holds 23 tons of fuel. So as long as you're not jumping's what sucks all the fuel up. A J2 jump is 20 tons of fuel, so you need to have a full tank before you jump, pretty much, or you're going to be almost out. But yeah, for now you're totally fine. And you do all get buzzed in an hour by the low port. They give you a little Sierra 3 Niner Gamma 4. This is Charlie Alpha Delta 858 Alpha Dash 7 Heaven Low Port, Heaven Port. We have you cleared to land at Bay 4 here at the parking shuttle if you want to head on down.
Alright, we copy over. We're coming down now.
Alright, I'll cut this over here. So this is their this is Heavenport, and they have a park bay as well as a runway. This is also where a lot of their dirigibles will park and land as well. They also have a star town here, but you all land and you taxi over to the park bay, and what happens is your ship gets put on a conveyor belt, and it gets drawn into a circular disc that then rotates and then parks your ship in one of, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 parking spots. And they're going to hold your ship there until you're ready to leave. Then you have to go through like their security, like customs area.
Alright.
Okay, before we get off the ship, I'm assuming we're gonna need to grab shit from the ship's locker.
Oh yeah, that is a good question. Do we need our combination mask on the port, or?
I put on my wizard hat and wizard robes.
Did you pick those up? Did you get those?
I did not, no. But it's still a pretty good internet joke.
It is. If you buy wizard robes, you can wear them. I don't care. So wait, did you ever figure out what your crazy outfit was that you picked up while you were carousing?
Yeah,
I didn't. Oh, sorry.
Not you. Sorry, not you.
I think that it's gonna be like a antique style, like original, like spacer jumpsuit. So it's like old. It's not in anymore. It has no function whatsoever except like it's basically like our astronaut now like jumpsuit, like what people would be wearing.
Maybe it's like a
Universal Space Station,
like an old Villani jumpsuit, like from the old Imperium, like, or at least stylized to look like it or something. Like
it's definitely not real, but it's stylized to look.
Yeah, it's like a, oh god, what do you call it? Intergalactic War reenactment jumpsuit, like from the 2090s, like the first interstellar wars with Earth. It's like a super old jumpsuit. It's like the old Villani jumpsuit from way back in the day, and it's such like it'll like, people will either be like, what a weird jumpsuit to wear, or they're gonna be like really caught off guard, like, why are you wearing that? What's going on? What year am I in? It's just gonna be a bizarre thing. So that's perfect. You all land. The law level on this planet, I believe, was a 4. Was that right?
Yeah, I'm looking really quickly.
It's an A. It's a 10.
It's an A. It's a 10.
So if you wanted, what? So hold on. What all is
really
banned here then?
Are we able to access are we able to like go to the port and then access our ship, and then like, are we able to walk back and forth, or do we need to get all the crap that we have?
You don't need to get like all the crap that you have, but you need to like get some stuff, I guess. Like, get some stuff together. Like, depending on what all you're gonna be doing here. If you're trying to sell, are you trying to like do your trade stuff and sell stuff here?
Yeah, I was gonna try to.
Then you need
Make the
to
broker.
You need to buckle up because you might be here for a full week. Because they don't have internet here. Or at least they don't have like a centralized like Wildman Low, Amazon Prime, like here's what you're buying, here's what you're selling, it's done like in one day.
Take like 1d6 days, right?
Exactly. So I would grab just a change of clothes and enough cash to maybe grab a hotel or something, because you might be here for a while if that's what you're going to be pulling off.
Do we have absolutely no access to our ship while we're parked? I mean, are we allowed to?
You are allowed to go back there. It's just going to be a bit of a pain because you have to go through security every time.
I see.
Both ways. So it's like it's gonna take an hour for security.
Right.
Not to mention then like walking all the way over there. And I think that this has. Yeah, so that's like each one of these squares is a kilometer. So you're basically walking 3 kilometers once you pass the initial sec offices. That's before that's not, if you're staying in the far side of town, you're potentially walking like 5 kilometers just to get back to your ship.
Got it.
So just keep that in mind. Like it's not gonna be the end of the world, but it could take like 3 hours or more for you to do your round trip to get to the ship and back. So just, be aware of that. And also be aware of the law level on this planet, which I still need to look up as to what is going to be banned here.
Everything.
All weapons and armor.
All weapons and armor.
All weapons and armor are banned in this planet. Potentially. Supposedly. But then also be aware, this is a very, colonial planet. So, if you're not in a starport or in a designated this is a city, you probably don't need to worry about by all means put some armor on before you go trudging around in the
that was going to be
the
my
desert
comment. We should probably use our own ship then if the law level on this planet is so high, because
we don't want to get taxied somewhere with no weapons or armor.
I'm not about to wear my vac suit and my vac suit only into uncharted territory, basically.
Right.
Just hope everything goes well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because I got a bunch of weapons and I've got some armor and stuff like that. And it sounds like those just are not going through security.
Yeah, is there a way we can and this is more of a game mechanic question than an actual role-playing question. Is there a way to start the process of trying to find a buyer for our shit and then leave, go take the ship down, and then come back?
No.
I think we can wear armor. It says just weapon possession is the thing.
So in the book, I'm seeing at law level 9 or above, potentially, and again, this is just more of guidelines, but it does say that potentially all weapons and armor are banned. And so I would imagine that, yes, all weapons and armor are banned, but you can absolutely still wear breath masks if you need to, but you don't need to in the city. But if you start, walking around outside, you will need to. So if you look on the map here, you do see some of, little lines that designate terrain. That's all terrain gently sloping downwards away from this port. And as you go further and further down in altitude, the air gets more and more dense and potentially dangerous.
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, no worries. We're just talking about why this planet's dangerous and what could kill you while you're here, but I'm sure you know. I'm sure you got it. You good?
So I would think at least Farslow is gonna, if we are getting off our ship, going through security, and doing anything in the Star Town, Farslow will bring his combination mask, and he'll bring most of his stuff because he just moved onto the ship anyway. So his portable computer, his goggles, but he won't bring his weapons or his armor.
Cool.
You'll
much
leave
the
that
same.
on the ship.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me.
I'm gonna specifically put what I'm storing in the weapons drawer, since that's like a thing I have access to.
Okay. So you're putting.
I'm gonna put my weapons in the weapons drawer.
Gotcha. Put your weapons in the weapons drawer. That only opens up if your DNA tries to open the drawer.
Yes.
Cool.
So we just need to bleed him to get to it.
But supposedly. That's
Let's go.
The old cut off one of his limbs and set it to the
And
scanner.
wave it around in front of the scanner.
that happened in one of my games once, but we won't get into that now. But yes, it's possible.
Farslow, by the way, handles his body pistol for a few minutes, moving it from one hand to another, tucking it in his uniform, taking it back out again before finally he leaves it on the ship and doesn't try to sneak it past.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. You go to jail, I'm not bailing you out.
But he thought about it for a while.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was like, No,
Is
I
it
won't.
worth it?
Yeah, I look at Farslow and go, wouldn't have blamed you either way.
All right.
So he was going to bring his combination mask and his cyborg guys, and and his ComDot and portable computer.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring literally. Well, there's some stuff I should probably leave on the ship, but I'm gonna bring like everything that's not the weapons that would be useful for me. So I'll type it in MISC.
Okay. So you all head through the starport area. It's packed. It's very busy. There's a lot of people here moving around, although not nearly as busy as the port on Wildeman for holiday. But it does seem like a lot of people are heading back to Heaven after that holiday, and they are slowly trickling in. People are waiting in line to board these very large dirigible crafts that are going to float them across to the other cities here. And people are lining up to go through the customs check to get into the Star Town and then maybe drive to another nearby settlement. So there are some settlements here on this planet that aren't mapped on your map, but they're really just like suburbs of larger cities. And there is a larger town here, but you're just going to be in the Star Town area of it for now. And if you zoom into 250%, you can see the names of all of these buildings in the Star Town here.
And the Star Town is just the town that's connected to the starport.
Yes. Yes, it is just it's the more specifically, the Star Town is the neighborhood that is adjoining the starport. It is the neighborhood that crops up around a starport, in the same way that like the intersections near highway off and on ramps in America all look the same. Like there's the same gas stations and fast food restaurants and all of that. Like space is kind of similar, where like all of these star towns look really, really similar, and have even some of the same buildings and businesses. However, Heaven is a bit of an exception to this because it is not a main world, and this is a starport that's not on a main world, and this is where a lot of the adventures in this campaign are going to take place is going to be off of main worlds, and so you're going to have a lot more like local flair in the star towns on an off of a main world rather than being on a main world, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, so you all are basically you walk out of the starport. You don't need to wear your mask because you're at a high enough elevation here. But you get past that final security checkpoint office, and you're standing here on the street. You've got the Rough Flight Inn right in front of you, and an emergency medical clinic, as well as it looks like some engineering business further down the way. Drew Black's Hollow Hotel, the Gray Market, a mechanical salvage and repair business, and the Excelsior Apartments down there at the far end, near the catty corner to the fire department on this street. And you all can choose to go wherever you want and do whatever you want here, but I will post in the general chat. Actually, I'm gonna post it in the general chat and here. I'm gonna link you to the buying and selling prices for this planet.
Oh, here's the big reveal, I guess.
Oh yeah, I guess I should roll since.
Do you... Oh yeah.
Or did you already? Is this like rolled for us?
Oh, so yeah, this is gonna be the prices, but yeah, go ahead and give us you have to make the check to find the buyer for this.
Okay.
And these are all legal goods, so it's our broker skill, not our streetwise skill that we want, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Got
So
it.
that's a 7, and do you have a +1 on this?
Looks like a +4.
Oh, plus. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I don't have the. I should have the
Yeah.
Yeah.
the thing open to actually tell me what the final number is
I have an 11.
on 11. Excellent. So go ahead and just roll a d6.
See how many days it takes me.
And we'll go
5
ahead.
days.
We're gonna go ahead and reduce that because you have we'll reduce that by the effect of your check. Maybe it's not the effect. Maybe it's another phrase here. Oh yeah.
There's
The chain.
no reduce the,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
use the chain thing. So you got an 11, which is I don't think 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So that's you will say 4 days it takes you to narrow to hammer down this broker. Where do you all stay for those 4 days?
I mean, it's
Probably the inn.
It's the Hollow Hotel, right? Or is it? The inn. Okay.
There's the
Where's the
Rough
hotel?
Flight Inn and there's the Hollow Hotel.
Hell yeah, I'll go to the hotel.
What are we looking at? Price difference.
The Rough Flight Inn is 50 credits a night for a double room, and the Hollow Hotel is 150 credits a night for a double room.
Farslow will stay at the Rough Light Inn.
Okay.
That's more his kind of peeps.
What do you think, Cal?
And if you're staying there by yourself, it's only 25 credits for a single room.
Who wants to hang out with me in the Hollow Hotel?
You know, Zay will look at Farslow and say, "Well, you won't be offended if I go to the Hollow Hotel, will you?"
Nah.
Okay.
Let me know if the bar is any good. I'll come over.
We'll be coordinated, of course. I just wanted to check. I'll come. I'll come with Cal to the Hollow Hotel.
Okay. Cool. So you
said
get
it was $250 a night.
150,
150 a night.
150.
which we split, I assume.
I'll just pay for it.
Oh, okay.
He's
And
the one
then-
that offered it, so
Okay. Fair enough by me, Cal.
So, and it's an extra 600 credits for your berthing cost for the ship.
Okay.
we're at 800 right now.
We should.
I'll take it off when we actually know the full total.
Yeah, when all is said and done. Gotcha. So you will have, sorry, you will have the link to the desired goods, and that's what the buying price is. It took you 4 days to get it all hammered out, as well as if you want at any time, we can jump back over to the scan that you have, and you can start figuring out your plans for that. But I'm gonna throw it over to you all, and let you all decide how you want to attack this.
I just want
All right, so I'll go for the nads, and someone else can go for the back.
Okay. All right. This sounds like a good deal. I just want to preface that if you hear some extra burping, I'm having a reflux episode right now, so I'm okay. I'm alive, but if I burp randomly, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're just being gross. It's okay.
That's what I like to hear. So we're sorting out like selling the stuff, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So selling stuff is just it's 3d6 plus a bunch of modifiers.
So desired goods is the price modifier is like for this planet, right? Like that means they want
That's the stuff they're buying. They're buying nickel, so that's good. Do they want tools? They also want tools. Good.
the price modifiers are good for those as well.
Medical supplies.
Hey,
What were the medical
I need
supplies?
Money. General medical supplies.
General medical equipment.
Oh yeah, 110.
Yeah, boy. I made me some money.
Heck yes. Heck yeah, Steve.
How much did you pay? 300.
I paid 30 grand for my lot, so I made 22,000. I made $25,000.
Times.
Of my own money. Fuck you all.
I'm selling it, so you remember my cut.
Yeah, here's your cut. I'm emphatically giving you the finger. And no.
Well, I guess I'm keeping the money.
He ain't talking like that, and he'll cut you.
Oh, shit!
So do you need to make rolls or anything, or do we do all the rolls and stuff?
So I don't know. I haven't used that tool to sell goods before, so I'm not sure if
I
it does
believe
anything
it's
for you.
pre-rolled with the mod we have.
That's why the tool exists, basically.
Yeah, so that you can just look at the list instead of being like, okay, what's this product? Rolls. What's this product? Rolls.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
So-
so
It ended up being a good haul for us then, right?
Steve will get a return of 21,250. A profit. I mean, obviously there's like 3K plus, or 30K plus that. That's the profit.
And how much did we spend on the nickel per ton?
We're not,
Don't remember.
we're not coming back to this planet ever. We're in agreement?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zay doesn't really.
All right, and then I pay Mr. Broker $37.50.
Zay doesn't really mess with super high law level planets, but whatever. It is what it is. And not because I'm like a criminal by any means. I'm just like literally paranoid as hell.
I'd rather not be here either. It sucks.
All right, I'm almost back to my starting money again.
Then we got 5 tons of nickel,
It's 32,500 for that.
5 tons of tools.
Tools. Five. So that is 68,750.
That's a good bit of money. It's a good chunk of change.
Yeah, people who stayed up and did the trading late at night, go y'all.
Straight up, that's what I said.
Total is 101,000 credits.
Jesus Christ! Did we
So I think that doubled the amount we have in the ship account.
That's how you
Wow.
do.
that doubled our money right there. Wow. So
Now-
my other campaign does not do the trading thing because we're not really doing like a standard campaign at all. We're following a pre-written story. So this is very interesting for
Nice.
me to look.
For this,
Oh, I like doing the trading stuff.
for this time, besides the medical goods, I suggest all the profits go into the ship account, just so that we can like heft that up a little bit, and to not have it
Yeah.
like being really low all the time.
No, I would suggest we do like a payout either twice a week or at the end of the month.
Okay.
Well, so the question is, do we want... I say we just continue doing the split thing, because I'm assuming all of the money we earn from the actual job will be split among us, like, down the middle, right?
You can put that all into the... Okay, so there's lots of ways to do this, right? This is why it's always the conversation. There's lots of ways to do this, right? You can put all the money you make into the ship, right? And then at the end of the month, or whatever the pay period is, pay out shares then. Or you could, like, trading, you pay out at the end of the month, and then each job you divvy up right then and there. It doesn't. There's no wrong way to do it. Just for me personally, as long as you're consistent with it.
Okay. Because what we did with the first amount of money was we took 30%. We took 30% and shared it among us.
Simple. And you are the fun.
And then we put the rest of the 70 in the ship, basically.
Sure, that works. Yeah, 30%. We split the profits on 30% of the net profits of the ship. That works for me.
Sure.
Just because I forgot what the exact numbers were, I'm just gonna say that we made like 50,000 and go from there.
Sloppy.
Do you have the... Oh, okay. We have the charge card. Correct.
Yeah, it's very approximate.
Well, that's all. I mean, that's all right for now.
Do we do the people who are here or everybody?
I mean, I think that's kind of the wisdom in doing a payout at the end of the month is we'll find out like who all we need to pay. Because we're only on the because so what it took
no hurry to get any money.
It's been 5 days at this point since you all left.
Should we start a Google Sheet with the ship's bank account in it so that we can keep track of all of this?
Yeah, I offered to give them one of the mini traveler accounting sheets.
Yeah, I think a traveler accounting sheet might be a good way to do this, if not like a shared handout in Roll20. Like either of those would be fine, if not both, like working in collaboration. But I'm going to update the calendar as the timekeeping is definitely my under my purview. But however you all decide you want to keep track of all your monies, like that is definitely up to you all. However you want to do it.
I added another card to the ship's locker for profits at the end of the month.
Okay.
So...
Oh, I see. Is that the payout card you added?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
I took that out of the charge card, put it in there.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, and it just seems to me, in terms of as we go through the game, it probably either makes sense to have a Google Sheet where, you can add a new line for, purchased such and such minus 40,000 credits. Or, you just have to update the ship's locker handout, every time something's made. And then probably when we put trade goods in the ship's locker, it's probably worth putting their purchase price into.
Yeah, next time we put something in the cargo hold, we should make sure to remember what we bought it for.
Yeah.
Is it most useful to figure out what we're going to buy now, especially since there's such a small list, if we're going to buy anything here?
Well, yeah, and I guess that's the question is if you want to buy anything here. So this is a really even compared to especially compared to the main world in this system, a low technology planet. So I mean, be aware of that if you're going to be buying stuff here at this non-industrial world to take it to a like high population industrial one. Like, are they going to have anything that this other planet really wants or needs?
The trade goods sheet that we've got in front of us right now, do those have all of the appropriate modifiers? So those are actual purchase prices?
The current price listed, yes, for
Okay.
those trade goods.
And
All right.
we should be able to just look up Wildman, right? Like we should.
Right, exactly.
So we should be able to see if any of the 15 items listed on available trade goods are good purchases.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the one difference I think is that when we go back to Wilderman, all we can see right now is desired goods, and that's no guarantee of the final purchase price. But like the thing that's 65% right now, if we see that that's desired with a good modifier, then we'll probably make money.
Like a week will have passed by the time we get back, so wouldn't the stuff have flipped, or is it on a month basis?
So it will. Yeah, everything's going to have changed when you return to Wilderman, because enough time will have passed that their markets will have shifted enough. But their modifiers are static. Like like their +4s to wanting goods are always going to be the same. So they are non-agricultural. They are non-industrial. If those are the trade codes that help. Non-industrial. Yeah, non-industrial is going to be the thing you're going to want to look for here.
Yeah.
Yeah, industrialized planet tends to like raw goods. They tend to like raw ore. They tend to like woods and stuff like that. And they tend to and like basic consumables and basic machine parts tend to sell poorly.
So basic manufactured goods, second stage components look pretty good. Those have a sale DM on Wilderman of 1, which isn't bad, and then we can buy them here for 65%.
Do luxury goods have any positive DMs?
Let me look.
I think luxury goods get a positive DM for rich planets, but I'm not too sure.
I was about to say there are some really good deals if we want to buy stuff.
A 0 DM for luxury.
Okay, so it's just a shot in the dark.
So straight roll for luxury.
What about basic raw materials?
Yeah, I see workable alloy. Oh yeah, some of these are like 45.
Yeah.
Workable alloys are cheap as hell. Oh my god.
There's no point in even buying. There's one person selling 1 ton for just slightly more than the other person.
Yeah, but his is slightly better alloys.
Yeah,
Well,
what-
about how much money do we have to spend?
$11 billion.
The problem is space. It's not money, it's space.
we actually
Sure,
could.
sure.
We have more
But I
money.
mean, looking for the biggest bang for the buck and credits for 11 tons worth. If, like, for instance, iridium is 75,000 credits or 60,000 credits a ton.
You can buy one of those. I'm just worried about buying that specifically.
Oh,
'Cause I
sure.
don't
Yeah,
know if-
I don't recommend it specifically, but I just pulled it out because it's the most expensive
Yeah.
thing per ton.
I mean, workable alloys seems like a pretty good deal to me.
Yeah, I figured we could just grab those.
Assuming
Half,
that
more than half all.
sell well on Wilderness. But
Yeah.
They should.
I mean, we can fill our whole cargo hold with workable alloys.
Anyone want to do some side things here?
Hey, if there's leftover cargo space, sure.
I'm asking if you would like cargo space reserved for a venture. If you see something that sticks out to you.
Yeah, I'll like 1 ton. I'll take 1 ton.
Okay.
What are you buying, Wiggles?
Oh, I'm gonna go big and go home. I'm gonna buy the iridium. I'm gonna buy 1 ton of iridium.
Okay.
I'm
Zay,
living dangerously.
Zay is kind of interested in this go big or go home thing you talk about.
Big or go home. the home is the ship, so I will go home.
How do rare foods sell on Wilderness?
It was a 0 for luxury consumables.
Rare foods.
So we're just talking price modifier at that point is all.
Yeah, it's just a if I can roll good whether or not they sell.
0
Yeah,
modifier.
so the subtype is miscellaneous fluff. The type is what it actually is.
Oh, okay, luxury consumables. Alright.
I mean, we could go for rare foods because even if I don't roll super well, like even if I get like 90, that's still more than 55 or an 80. I feel like I won't roll lower than the price we buy it for.
I don't know, workable alloy seems like such a good deal to me. It seems so safe. You know what I'm saying?
I'll get like
There's a lot of value for
6
going safe.
like 6 workable alloys, 4 rare foods.
Go for it.
I could be interested.
Sounds
in that.
awesome.
Sure.
6, 7,000 plus. Forgot what. It's 250, right? Yeah.
Two more.
Okay, so that'll be 7,000, 75,000.
Right, 75,000. And where are you all? Just so I know, where are you all putting all this info?
In the cargo hold part of the ship's locker, I think.
No, I meant what note we're writing it on.
No, is it ship's locker? Was that it?
I see cargo hold here. Seems to have.
Yeah, we've got a cargo hold.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna put stuff. This time,
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I'm gonna put on what they were priced.
Put in the price. Put in the price we bought them for. Put on their base price.
Put in a table. How many? Wait. So we want the item. We want how much we bought it for, and then how much we're selling it for.
Now I'd put in
The item, how much we have, what we paid for, its base price.
How much we paid for it, and its base price. Okay. Boom.
That's what
There's
I
a table.
find to be useful information.
yeah, that strikes me as the right stuff.
Is there a table? I don't see a table.
Hold on. Wait. It's the item. It's the amount. Ooh, I have cap locks on. And then save change. There you go. Now there is a table.
Okay. Item. Rare foods. Or price paid 11,000
Need the
per
Ooh, a table.
base price 20,000.
Funny.
Are we thinking that we want to use our vessel to?
Definitely.
Fiddly things.
Yeah,
Don't know
thinking
how
the
they-
same thing.
but they have made a mistake.
We can fly the opportunity in atmosphere, right?
Yes.
A pretty crappy spaceship. Couldn't land it.
You could land it even in rough terrain. It's just there's gonna be some checks involved.
Where are you all thinking that we want to try and land on this map if we fly in? Like, I'm assuming we want to try and land in a clear space, although aren't these
Thinking like over here next to this lake, kinda.
and just follow that trail downward?
Yeah.
Um,
Or like maybe over here, because it's flat, and then we can kind of go over here
Ping
and then over here.
Ping,
Because landing in the swamp might not be the greatest thing.
ping the second location again.
We can land here and then go up here, see what's going on, and then like
Yeah. Okay.
then go over here. Basically, this gives us like full range of movement. If we went over here, then we'd have to walk through the swamp. If we landed in the swamp, then our ship might sink or something stupid.
Yeah, I like where you're going with that.
That makes sense. And it sounds like elevation matters a lot here.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think we'll be able to get elevated enough to not need our masks anymore.
Yeah. By the way, just to make sure I got the trade goods right, did we end up with 6 tons of workable alloys and 4 tons of rare foods?
Yes.
Yes.
Got it.
I'm
Thanks.
saving it now so you can go look at it now.
Cool.
And 1 ton of iridium. My
Oh yeah,
iridium.
1 ton of iridium. You can put that in. That's your stuff.
That's a shitload of money.
I'd be very happy to make just 15K on it.
Farslow still feels poor, but maybe next time he'll buy a little something too.
Even just buying like a ton of these workable alloys, you'll double your money.
Well,
I was about to say, like, that ton of iridium costs more than I currently have to my name, so.
me too.
Hey, being a unionized electrical engineer pays the money.
How much did the iridium cost?
60K.
Wow.
For 1 ton, fun fact.
No.
Well, if you don't get a price on it, if you don't get a good price on it, you can always just hang on to it for later.
Yeah, just hug it.
Just give it
You
a.
can make computer chips with it.
My slightly radioactive metal.
Yeah, you'll put it in your room.
Alright, so we thinking of Operation Storm the Planet? But, like, not Storm the Planet, but...
Yeah, but poor choice of words.
First, you gotta do Operation Pay our fucking landing monies.
Yeah.
Was that came out to like 1,000 overall, right?
I think it was 600 credits.
Yes.
It was 600 for the birthing, and then we were on here for, I don't know, it was 4 days for hotel
4
staff.
days, and it was 200 each.
It was 150 each for the
Or no.
hotel.
Yeah.
For,
Well, I was
I
paying
was at
for
the-
that, so that's not coming
Yeah.
out of the charge card.
No, I was paying for the cheaper hotel.
Before we leave the starport, is there any place to get any additional information on settlements?
What do you mean?
Well, let me ask: is our mission secret in any way?
Yeah. Not really. Oh, you just want to get like more info on.
Yeah.
You want to like hit up rumors and stuff, and like
Yeah, I mean,
see what the
we're-
people on the planet know.
Here we are on the planet, and we're being asked to survey something that's also on the planet.
Yeah, I mean,
I
give
guess.
me a streetwise or a carouse or some kind of social check to find out some info about this.
Give you a streetwise check. What modifier do you want with it?
Let's go.
I do intellect.
Yeah, intellect sounds fine.
can multiple people make this? Or
Yeah, multiple people can attempt this. Yes.
I'll do a carouse and look in a different place.
So that's an 11.
An 11. Okay, that finds some stuff out.
I got an 8.
they ain't got shit.
So yeah, you discover a.
Why this boy is young? Because it's not shown proper respect to the Giovanni.
Whoa, we're playing World of Darkness now?
Wait, what? What game is this?
What?
Someone said Giovanni.
Oh no, don't worry about me just writing a vampire campaign over here.
Oh, that's totally fair. Dory Wardson is the name of the dirigible captain that you find at the bar. Which bar? Let's find out. Which bar?
No, let me look.
Dirigible.
How about
The
at
Char
Otto's
Bar.
bar?
The Char Bar.
The Char Bar, okay.
The Char Bar and Grill down there in the southeast corner of the map, across from the Mad Monk Depot. And she tells the Char Bar. And so Dory, she tells you that she's one of the people who's actually seen wisps of oily smoke coming up every now and again from this like distant area. And they have seen this from their dirigible, from the regular old route that they end up taking. But this has happened enough times that they have some very serious suspicions. However, they said that they themselves have flown over the area and have seen nothing but like overgrown marshland.
So you've seen this when you've been not overhead, but never actually when you've been overhead.
She says yes. We hugged the coast to see if we could find anything after making the report, because some of my crew got pretty curious, but we never discovered anything of note.
So what do you think it is?
Could be just lightning causing a natural fire, or could be raiders, potentially, maybe some belters trying to set up another free port somewhere. I honestly wouldn't know.
What do you mean, another free port? Are there other free ports on the planet?
No, not on this one, but there is the free city on Wildeman.
There's a free city in Wilderman?
Yeah, it's called, sorry, I'll have to go into my notes here.
Yeah, I think we picked that up from some carousing.
The independent city-state of Kurai. Kurai. Yeah, well, there's a character from there, but he hasn't actually played yet, so... We have a lot of really developed history around all of that because this person's never played, like we haven't really gotten into any of it yet, so.
Okay. So how come somebody from the city here doesn't just go out and land and take a look?
Well, it's pretty dangerous. People for the most part don't have the resources, and I mean, you know, it's dangerous down in the swamps. There's a lot of creatures down there that are very, very large and cause a lot of issue.
Ooh, like what sort of thing?
Well, the nematodes, for the most part, is what people are mostly worried about. They're about the size of a small truck, can rip a man in half. They live in the deepest parts of the swamps, but they will sometimes lurk on the outskirts, waiting for animals coming down in from the rough lands to get water. But also beyond that, there's the Ashashun, which are really annoying insects that actually, because of their body biology, they give off a minor radio signal that will drown out any communications you have if you're in the deep swamp area. It can be hell if you get separated from your team.
So if you were going to go in there, what would you bring?
Plenty of oxygen and a weapon or two. But it can be tough to find those here on this planet with the law level the way that it is.
Cool. I'm sure we can buy oxygen around here.
Oh, absolutely. There's plenty of oxygen tanks to go around. No ship leaves this port without a few extra.
If they want to or not, it just kind of shows up on the ship.
Yeah, right. Well, there's always good money in shipping oxygen from one place to another. We're always looking for more.
So, do vac suits have oxygen tanks in them?
Yes.
Yeah, for a couple hours.
They have like a life support of like 8 hours, something like that.
Yeah, and you can buy extended life support, and you can buy additional O2 tanks.
Okay. So you're suggesting that like the oxygen would be necessary literally the entire time, or that it would just be good to have?
Well, so not every part of the planet is in a low-lying region that is dangerous. So this city that you're currently in, you don't need to be wearing a mask to survive. However, that being said, it's like it is helpful to have one. But it's not 100% necessary everywhere. But if you get stuck somewhere where it is necessary, then that's like it's a whole nother story basically.
Okay.
And let's talk distinction between mask and suit.
Yes.
Right now, the combination masks we have, I think Farslow's got one that fits inside his nose. It's really unobtrusive.
Ooh.
But I would imagine that, that handles some degree of denseness, but it's not a vac suit. It's not like a pressure suit.
Right, and again, you don't need a vac suit to survive the dense oxygen. The dense oxygen is actually incredibly insidious. You won't actually realize you're dying.
So it's a corrosivity issue more than it is a pressure issue.
Not even that. It's just you.
Need to breathe.
Yeah, it's you, and you are breathing. You're absolutely breathing, but as you suffer from this low altitude sickness with this very dense oxygen, you're getting giddy, you're getting lightheaded. It's like being at an oxygen bar. But even if you're on oxygen, like just 100% oxygen, eventually that will kill you. And it's a surprisingly like you don't even realize you're dying. For the most part, but you will eventually like lose consciousness and be unable to self-rescue because for the most part you will be unable to realize that anything's even wrong.
All right, so it sounds like a mask will take care of that, though.
Yeah, you just need it's a mask, not a vac suit thing. You'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't even need our environmental suits, I don't think, because it's not incredibly cold or warm here, right?
Correct.
It's just there.
And no one light a match because oxygen is incredibly explosive.
Well, yes and no. Oxygen will cause things to burn a lot quicker if they already burn, and it will cause things that like normally just burn to explode. But oxygen itself is not. You're not going to blow up the whole world, but like a lightning strike would almost certainly cause quite a fire on a world with dense oxygen. I would assume that muck fires are probably very common on this world, being subterranean fires in which a lightning strike might ignite some like leaf matter that's under a layer of earth. And they're very, very smoky fires and almost impossible to put out by human means. You have to just wait for them to burn themselves out.
Probably on fire right now.
Yeah, who's to say? That being said, though, how do you all wish to go about taking this mission on?
I think we're gonna do it with our ship.
Okay.
Do we still want to try and land in that clear hex and then maybe make our way up, maybe make our way?
Yeah, I still think that's the best
So
option.
Just keep in mind that each one of these hexes is 100 kilometers.
Yeah. We might be picking up and landing a couple of times.
And you also have an air raft aboard your ship, which is something to keep in mind as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How do you
I can fly that.
And we can even drill in a little bit more as we get closer too, right? Can't we? We could scan these individual hexes and get even a more detailed map, I would imagine. Or maybe no.
I mean, yeah, you can get a more detailed info from just like if you got there and landed there. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, either by landing there or getting are flying real close.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. You can get more info about all that. But the for people who are unaware, the air raft is like a grav vehicle. It's almost like a convertible, but it flies. It's very. If you Google an image of it, you'll find something on Pinterest, I'm sure, that will show you kind of like what it's like. Some of them are completely enclosed, some of them are not, but they hold like 4 to 6 people,
Okay.
maybe even more. This one's
So
got
how do you
8
use
people. It's a small craft, pilot small craft check is what you would need to fly that around.
Oh, I thought it was fly or grab.
You know what? It depends on whether or not you're in space. You could use fly or grab for this thing as well if you were on planet. I would allow checks of either.
So would we just like hover the ship in atmosphere and then take the air raft down?
You could do that, or you could land and then launch the air raft from like a stable location on the ground, or just have it like in orbit, whichever one you think is safer.
Definitely not in orbit. Only one of us has a back suit.
I do like the idea of taking the air raft around the planet while we're on.
You
the
could
ground.
just
That's
drive
nice.
around instead of walking.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and so I guess one of the questions is: do we land the ship and everybody gets off, or do we keep one person in the ship in radio contact in case somebody needs the ship to come swooping in and pick them up?
In that case, we only have one pilot, so if someone was staying behind, that would be Zay. As I don't trust anyone else to swoop in to save the day with the ship.
I feel offended.
Farslow can pilot. He's got pilot 1, but he is also has skills on the ground too. So
Yeah, I've got a lot of skills on the ground as well.
yeah, maybe let's land then.
I think splitting the group. Not yet.
Let's pick a real high elevation to land on, though.
So we're harder to get to.
Yeah, so that we've got an area around the ship that's sort of safe to start with. Although, who knows, maybe we'll need to move the ship a couple times.
I think we might, unless we want to... Well, I guess we're using the car, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The rough terrain won't be too big of a deal.
Alright, so this is an open top air raft. It's going to be... exposed to the planet's weather, and I am going to roll random weather here in a second. Are you all going in from orbit then? Or just from like a high altitude and then landing down, or are you going to land the ship?
We're just going to land.
You're going to land
and
the ship.
like the highest point in this general hex here. And then...
Or do you want to land on one of the rough terrain hexes?
I guess we could... as long as you don't crash.
Does rough terrain mean higher elevation, or does it just...
Rough terrain, in this case, does generally mean higher elevation, yes.
Whatever you want to do. Because I'm pretty sure rough terrain is harder to land on.
Yeah, is there a negative modifier for landing?
I think it's just a higher check.
Or a higher check?
Okay, I mean, we could just pick like a hill outside of it if you want.
Oh, it's up to you. You are the pilot.
I mean, it's as much up to y'all if you wanna risk it. If you feel like the benefit we get from attempting it is worth it, then I'm by all means down.
Do you want to make a point that maybe we don't want to land like so close to like the green? Because if we find something and the thing didn't want to be found, we don't want to just be right there.
So
Well, how about then this hex as opposed to either of these?
Yeah, that's what I was originally thinking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
I know.
clear hex?
Access.
It's not a
Yeah,
terrible
there's not
idea.
much green in this hex. There's not much, scanner stuff in this hex.
Yeah, I can dig that. That's not rough terrain either, so I can. Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, I will slap then down a little scouting ship here.
Good old capital scouting ship.
Yeah, the capital scouting ship. Yeah, right. It's 100 kilometers long. Not really. It's not to scale, but you understand where you're parked now.
Yeah.
So let's get a pilot check then for this landing.
Is this a hard?
Like, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
It is gonna be. It's not an easy landing. This is gonna be a difficult one because it's not on a runway. And by difficult, let me take a look here. Let me see what the book dictates is the standard landing check, and we'll go from there.
Take your time.
Pilot, small craft.
Oh, this is small craft, even though.
No. I'm sorry. I was just reading what I was looking at out loud. I didn't mean that. You're in a small craft. You're in a regular craft. Distance, fuel, jump travel. Landing. Here we go. Yep, it's landing on a starport is routine with a 6. So I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a little bit more difficult. Depending on the local terrain, this is clear terrain, so I'm gonna say you need at least an 8, yes, to land here.
Okay, if I take my time, will it make it take hours?
So what does this say? Landing is... I mean, taking your time with the landing in this case, it's gonna be a D times 10 seconds. So it would be like times tens of minutes at that point, and you could potentially like take it super slow and just take like potentially like a whole hour to land if you wanted to do that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take that much time here. I'll roll the die here. It's going to take you a full 30 minutes to find suitable landing location, but it's going to be a DC 6 to land, a pilot check of 6 now to land. As you find like
That's a lot
the clearest location. You get a 9. Natural 9, but all day you got what, 12?
Yep.
Nice. So yeah, you land really well without any issue. And you set it down. I'm going to roll here for if there's an encounter. There is an encounter. And you're in the rough land, or you're off of the swampland, so I'm going to...
We're in the clear space.
So it's a D6 minus 3 then. That's a 4, that's a 1.
It's a troop of Girl Scouts selling cookies.
It is a group of Gallica collab, that's what you call them, and there are 5 of them standing here. They look like they're herbivores. They have 4 legs. They're somewhere between. They look like they're probably about like 220 pounds. They're almost like cows. Except they have these pink noses that they use to suck algae and moss growths off of like flat rocks that kind of like dot the landscape here. The rocks are a lot more prevalent in the rough and broken lands, a little bit to
Why does that sound like a Rick and Morty creature that's on meth?
So it's actually an old Volani word. It's like a bastardization of an two old Golani phrases that basically mean like large group.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
Gallica collap is what it has been bastardized to at this point. And that goes for the insects. The Ashishun are basically what that refers to in Volani, if anyone speaks it, is like they're ghosts in the static. They're like static ghosts, is what they call them, because they appear as radio static or as like garbled frequency transmissions when they get picked up on the radio frequencies.
Farslow will kind of watch the Galika Galak do their thing and just sort of, get a sense of are they afraid of people? Do they just ignore us? What do they do?
So you're kind of looking, I guess you're looking at like the ship sensors right now, and they are just standing there. I'm going to roll to see if you flush them out of the area, though.
A pretty easy way to flush them up the area.
No, so they're actually like, they're not thrilled with you being here, and they're kind of like just running in circles around the ship at this point.
Do they go fast, or are they kind of slow and lumbering?
I think they kind of gallop. Let me take a look here.
He's going to teach them a lesson. We're going to teach them a lesson about why we don't steal things.
Yeah, they're pretty fast. They've got a dex of 10, so they're gonna be like going along at they're galloping, we'll say.
They want to like fire off a shot from the cannon and see if that scares them away.
That's a good way to draw a shitload of attention to us.
So are we at this point? We have landed, right?
Yes, you have successfully landed.
Okay,
And
they're
now
not
there's a
running
bunch of...
toward the ship or anything, though.
They're running
No, but
around
they're
the
like
ship.
running around the ship. They're trying to scare you off now.
Oh.
They're being territorial.
Why don't we just wait 15 minutes before we open the door?
Yeah, I just want to get out guns blazing. I mean, I'm not opposed to that.
Poo-poo.
I mean, I could, but... I mean,
Sure,
sure.
we're using an illegal psi power. Wait, what's happening?
We just got these cow horse things running around our ship. We haven't opened the door yet.
Go away.
Yeah, I mean, they got to give up after a little while.
I mean, I'm okay to see what happens if we just wait a little bit.
Can I use my animal skill to determine what I feel about these animals' mood or intent?
Yes, you can. Go ahead and give me a roll for that.
Crap, I have that skill too.
No, I'm rolling it. Intellect or what?
Yes. Either intellect or education. I would say that either or is arguable.
Eight.
An 8, yeah, they're pretty territorial. They will like calm down in a while, but as long as you don't freak them out, they don't have any like natural weapons, but they will try to trample you all if they feel like threatened.
All right, I'm gonna try to use my telepathy power to just kind of calm down. I don't know what I think is the lead beast or whatever. Just to impress upon the group, like, hey, we don't mean you any harm. We're chill.
Okay. And are you gonna get out of the ship to do this?
No, I shouldn't have to. Let me see what the range is. It's long range, so as long as I can see them, I can just side blast them.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
So basically, I'm just trying to impress upon the group, like, hey, we're not here to steal your territory. We're not after you. We're okay.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and give me. I guess it's a psionics check. And what talent are you using right now?
Did you not see the roll?
Oh no, I didn't. I'm sorry. I've got so many windows open right now.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I got a 9. Yeah.
You got a 9. Oh, telepathy. Oh, why didn't you say it was telepathy? Yeah, I guess you did. Yeah, telepathy. I would say that with a 9, they've got a pretty low check. Do they have to make a check against this or anything?
Nope, unless they're psychic animals.
It's routine, yeah. So you do it, and it costs you 1 point of psi. So I assume you're gonna keep track of all that.
Yeah, it's in my power tab. I deducted 1 point already.
All right. So yeah, we'll say that after a few moments, this group begins to settle down again, and they just kind of gather around in like the northwest
Legs.
corner of where your ship is, and they just start sucking on rocks.
Legs advanced upon them.
Alright, I say, hey, looks like the animals have kind of calmed down now. I think we're pretty safe to go out there. But, don't be a dick to them or anything like that,
What did you look like while you were doing that? Were you just like zoned out for like the span of time?
So I guess this really depends what my illegal wizard powers are for Zach, but there's no necessarily somatic or verbal components. I'm just sitting
Oh no,
there
I know
chilling.
that.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of sitting there chilling, looking at the fucking cow things, going, all right, whatever, calm down or something.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so the change in mood may be dramatic and inexplicable, but most will simply ascribe it to the mercurial nature of emotion. And so, yeah, like in a pretty short time, these Gallicagalaps are running around the ship, and eventually they stop after like a couple minutes. They're done, and people are uneasy about it, but for the most part, it seems like they're done being upset with y'all.
Time to grab our stuff.
Like my mom, raised animals back at home and stuff like that. She's in charge of an animal stockyard. I think we'll be pretty okay as long as we don't rile them up.
Sounds good to me. Are we still planning on using the air raft?
Well, so what's immediately around us? Any sign of anything other than lovely nature?
No, it's plains for about 50 kilometers, we'll say. And then directly to the east, there's some rough lands, some like broken lands with a lot of rocks like jutting out from them. To the north, there's some marshlands. To the south, there's some marshlands with a lake in each ones. And to the west, there's actually some ice caps and like tundra, and there's a little bit of like we'll say chilliness in the air kind of blowing in off of that area. Maybe even some like lake effect snow coming in as well.
Lake effect snow. It's just like home.
So we're probably going to need to hop on the air raft if we want to make any actual progress into the terrain.
Yeah.
So yeah, the air raft goes 100 kilometers an hour. As a cruise speed. It goes a little bit faster than that as well. But you'll take minuses to pilot checks.
That seems plenty fast, especially because we need to... If there's sign of something, we need to make sure we see it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So Farslow will, as he gets off the ship, Farslow make sure he's wearing his cloth armor. He's got on him a cutlass, a dagger, a snub pistol, and his stunner.
Nice.
He's also got a flare launcher and 10 signaling flares with it.
Not bad.
And some light intensifier goggles and a survival kit, and of course he's wearing his hiking boots.
Excellent description. Good on you for having all the gear. So yeah, you head out. You're just like walking outside to check the air as the what is it called? The pod bay doors open up. The air raft doors, the little garage door there opens up to the side, and you can kind of stand there and get a good sense of the lay of the land about you. You're in a clear area right now, but you're still at a low enough altitude that you'd need to wear a mask to be outside for any serious length of time. But there is, a level of it's it's kind of hard to describe like what exactly this respirator does for you to help you breathe, but it is possible to only have it going at a certain percentage, so you can kind of like skirt the dense atmosphere areas a little bit and not use as much oxygen.
Yeah, I'll grab my crap out of the weapons locker and then grab a mask as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Farso will wear his mask.
I grab
Yeah, I'm gonna wear my mask,
my
gonna wear my armor.
stuff.
I'm gonna bring my gun.
Yeah, I grab my weapons and my lovely hostile environment vac suit.
He's wacky.
I'm gonna grab a trauma pack and a med kit.
Not bad, not bad. All right, so you all pack up into this air raft, and who's going to be driving it?
Me, I think.
Do you have so I have pilot small craft 1, but if you have a better bonus.
Well, air ass would be flyer graph.
Okay. And then you said you have flyer craft, Cal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's not great, but I have it, so if anyone's good at it, go ahead.
I mean, as long as we're not gonna be like drag racing or doing any combat flying, like 1 or 0 should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, you all shouldn't be dealing with something too crazy. But just let me know, like, what direction do you head from the ship?
West.
West?
Oh my God.
West.
Why not?
West?
Well,
West.
east takes us toward the scanner signature.
Okay, then let's go towards that.
Just go west straight into the ice caps.
Look, if we go west far enough, we'll eventually be going east.
I mean, you do make a fair point.
Well, no, we'll still be going west, but we'll be coming at it from this direction instead.
I'm taking the scenic route. Smell the roses.
Yeah, I'm cool if we just kind of truck it east into the thick of the green and just see what's happening.
Alright.
Okay. I'm gonna roll a couple things. Ooh. Real fast. Okay, alright. So you trek on east and you begin to get a bit of a radio signal as you head into, we'll say you just head straight east, you're in between these two rough terrain hexes. When you begin to pick up a faint radio transmission, can somebody give me a communications check?
Well, I can do that.
Oh, okay.
It's somewhere on my sheet.
You're gonna make me do all the boring comms work, huh?
I'll do the boring. Okay, I ace this, but I'll do the boring con work too. Whatever. I won't mind role playing the goofy ship talk.
Alright, Wiggles got a 14.
Ooh.
I nailed the shit out of that.
Hell yeah. Alright, so you get a 14, and you're able to kind of... You move your little like radio transceiver around a little bit, trying to get a bead on this signal, and you're not able to actually get any words. But you hear a voice. It's speaking relatively calmly. You can't hear any of the words that it's saying, but the signal's coming somewhere around from the north of you.
You wanna change
And
direction?
I share this information with the group. Hey, it's like coming a little bit north.
So what's he saying?
What are they saying? Are they saying anything?
You're unable
hear
to
him.
tell, yeah.
Just like-
I am rocking the shit out of this thing, and I don't know.
Can we tell
You know,
what
it
language
could-
it is at least?
I'm sorry, a lot of background noise where I am. Can you repeat that?
Can we tell what language it is at least?
I look pointedly at the GM.
You assume that it's Galinglish.
I think it's some kind of Galingish.
It's people.
Totally be those bugs. You heard about too.
Could it be the bugs?
I mean, if you can't hear any words, and like there have been weirder things of people like hearing voices and fans and stuff. It's pretty easy to find something where there isn't anything just because you want it to be there, or just because it kind of sounds or looks familiar.
Fair. Should we like go to where the signal is coming from? Question mark.
No, that's
And
what they hired us for.
Yeah, I guess.
I will change direction.
All right, so you change direction and you start zipping along. And I'm gonna say that as you're zipping along, can I get a recon check from anybody just scanning the horizon line?
Oh, sure. Ask for the hard skills.
I can do that. What's recon? Intellector.
I would say that's gonna be int.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess a few people can roll this one.
Yeah, no, definitely, and especially the person piloting. Ooh, what'd you get all day on that?
11.
11. Okay. So this is definitely you, and that you're the pilot as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is going to give you a +1 on your check to try to avoid this. But as you're flying along, one of these Gallicicolaps has been killed by something, and there are a lot of these kind of like black-beaked red birds that are pretty decently large that are all around the body. And as you and your grav effect vehicle are flying through, you end up spooking the birds, and they fly up, potentially up into your vessel unless you're able to dodge out of the way. Can I get a pilot check? You do get a +1 for noticing this beforehand.
Out of 9.
All right, a 9 is enough to do it. You do it. You barely do it, but you do it. You dodge out of the way. There's a few feathers that can get caught on a few people. Some red feathers like end up in the ship, but other than that, no major harm is done. Can I get another communications check to try to pick up that radio signal?
All right, but I'm going to fail this one.
Supreme confidence.
Well, there's no way I'm going to match 14 on the second roll.
15's always a possibility.
It's true.
Go for it.
See, look at that.
Got a 7.
So
almost,
14.
almost snake-eyed that roll.
yeah, so you almost snake-eyed, but you pass, but something bad happens. So I'll say that like you do pick it up for a second, but then you lose it entirely, and you all feel like you're probably moving around a bit too fast to be able to pick it back up since it was so faint and hard to get through.
No, do you, go slower. I almost had it, but I lost it.
You were able to get it fine earlier, and we were further away.
Don't give me lip, do what I say.
All right,
I
so
slow down.
you slow down. You're all still flying. Give me another communications check.
Can I use my neural comm to try to do this as well while I'm driving?
Um,
Or
Don't
no?
Wait, I'm using the air raft, right? I think that has a +1 to it. No, I don't think it does.
no, yeah, it's just a regular. The 10 is
Same
able.
with the sensor.
The 10 is able to do it. You're about 25 clicks away from the source. And I could get recon checks if you so chose. Difficult recon checks, but yeah, you could get them, and you know the general direction.
So can you just like point it out and a bunch of us can roll recon?
Yeah, I pointed out. I go, there-ish.
Out of 10.
10 is enough to spot it. You see on a little outcropping of like a rough patch of land that like is right before a big kind of like slope towards the that lake and that marshland, you see this little piece of technology just kind of sitting up there, and it flashes a white light ever so often, like every couple of minutes. It just gives a random flash of white light.
Gonna take out my rifle and look through the scope.
Okay.
Try to-
It's a beat up old module. It looks like it's kind of like lashed together with maybe some adhesive tape here and there, but it is put together, and it looks like it's a working piece of equipment.
Do you guys want to get closer?
Can we tell whether it's hooked up to anything?
It does seem to be hooked up to a nearby, like, something that's keeping it powered. Can I get one more communications check? This one will be able to get you to tap into that signal directly.
All right.
There
All
we
right.
go.
So you're finally able to get through to this signal, and you hear it. This is Paul Wester of the Judea, Alpha 2-31 Beta 9er. We were struck by a large meteorite of some kind during a slingshot maneuver around heaven. Our ship has crashed and our communications equipment is destroyed, but our power system is stable. We have rigged up an air purification and compression system so that we can fill enough oxygen canisters to hunt and scout a little, but we need rescue. Some of us are hurt. Our ship's beacon has failed. I know this is a long shot, but if any of you discover this beacon, please, we are crashed in a swamp south of here. Please come for us, but be careful. The swamps are dangerous. They're the most dangerous of all on this planet. This message will now repeat. Iteration 4,732,902.
Oh, they're dead. If it's millions of
Okay,
iterations,
wait.
they're dead.
Giving in a... How long was that message?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah, at 4 million iterations, that they're dead.
No, let's think about that. So 500 some thousand minutes in a year. If that's a 30-second message, that's maybe 1 million iterations in a year. What was that, 4 million iterations?
Over 4 million, yeah.
So 4
4
years.
It's not too
They're
bad.
dead.
They could survive. They're probably not in great shape, and the people who needed medical attention when they put this beacon up are probably dead. But there could be survivors.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
if-
we're going there for salvage. We're not going there for people.
Right, I was going to say, and if they're dead, then salvage.
I mean, I doubt there's much to salvage if they couldn't do anything with the ship.
So you say there's no reason to go down there. All right, so GM, we're ignoring the plot hook. There's no reason to go down there.
Well, all right. What do you do next?
Motherfucker.
What do you do? Well, then what do you do next? I mean, this is a sandbox campaign. If you won't want to ignore plot hooks, I'm fine with it.
I mean, I heard a very reasonable argument. There's nothing to do down there, so I'm going to go away.
Well, what do you mean?
Nah.
My reason... I'm
This-
saying there's could be people over there, so...
Yeah, there could
and
be.
I'm driving, so I'm turning the
I'm fine.
vehicle around.
You know what? I'll bet you 50 credits. There's no one down there.
That's
that.
okay.
Sure.
There's stuff to take.
I'll take that. I'll take that bet, Steve.
I will also take that bet.
All right, so we got betting on whether or not there's any survivors here.
That feels very traveler, especially since they do that with low berth passengers.
No, they do. Oh my God, that's right. They do that. That's frowned upon, but they do it.
What do you mean? It's tradition. It's not even frowned upon.
It's true.
Marslow's not going to bet because he doesn't care if there's anybody alive or not.
Damn,
There's
dude.
stuff.
Oh, that's cold.
He'll take stuff.
So it's been an hour and a half, so far, and you've got about another 2 hours to go before you're at your final location. Did you want to make any stops by the ship in that time?
Oh man, I gotta take a piss. Pull over.
Yeah, that's what I like. Other than like bathroom breaks, obviously.
Just
like
pee off the side.
just be off this side. It's into the wind.
No, we'll stop. Just pee down, and then we'll go again.
All right.
The true advantage of the male anatomy.
Yeah. Logistics aside,
The ship is. Or now. I mean, I don't know. How we'd crossed our I's and dotted our T's or whatever.
Yeah,
would you say?
should we bring our ship?
There might not be a place to put our ship though, so we should at least make sure there's a place to put the ship first.
It was already difficult to land in like a clear space.
Yeah, the swamp.
Landing in the swamp might take like a couple hours to find a place to land.
Yeah, so
If we do, and then you still have to roll to land.
it might be very advantageous just to scout with the air raft first before bringing the ship over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll give it a bit of a scouting session then. Let me switch the music up here to a little something a little better there. So you take your air raft through a couple hexes. I'm going to roll for random encounters here.
Actually, we need to do something really important with the air raft.
Yes, what?
It needs a name.
Oh, totally, yeah. It's going to be like 2 hours, so yeah, if you want to talk about a name while you do that, that's totally fine.
The SS Jeremy.
How about the Sally Forth?
How about Raftu McConaughey? Like RFT HEW Raftu.
I'm crashing this thing.
Yeah, we're gonna call that. We're also gonna get the raft like a pair of bongos.
Rafty McRaft face.
Rafty McRaft face.
Yeah, Raftu for short. Spell
The raft. Underscore 2002.
XXX underscore air raft underscore XXX.
Oh my god, yeah.
Drop underscore tables names.
Oh yeah, we should just get a bunch of anemone from little starports for that shit.
Yeah, oh my god. Why would you name it that?
Why were your drop tables not secure?
Little Bobby Tables, we call him. Alright, so what is the, you all are discussing your ship's name here. You're flying through the air. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna roll a weather check here to see how the weather changes in this time.
And now time for the weather.
It looks like some dark clouds are rolling in, and you might have to deal with some precipitation coming up.
And it's an open air raft too. God damn it.
So it would be a good idea to you could pick up the pace and try to get there before the rain starts, or you could. It's really up to you.
Do we know anything about weather on this planet? How long it rains for? Whether, short storms
It's
really frequently, or
similar to Earth. So
could rain for a while.
who's to say? Yeah, who knows?
It could rain for 10 minutes. It could rain for 2 days.
I was just wondering if it's like Florida, where it rains every afternoon, but only for 30 minutes.
I would say the clouds look a little bit slower moving. They look like they're coming in from the tundra. Maybe it's a little cold front sweeping in.
Yep.
So yeah, did you want to pick up the pace to try to land before the precipitation starts?
I don't know. What are you feeling, Cal?
Sure.
Oh, Zay doesn't care. He can flip his vac suit helmet. But
Pedal to the metal.
All right, roll me a recon check. Everybody roll recon checks.
I'm not gonna recon checks. I don't have that skill. I was just asking for bad things to happen.
7.
what's the worst that could happen with a non-trained recon check? You poke your eyes out, I guess.
You put your eyes out. Zay notices. Senior scout Zay is like, there's a discrepancy in the ground below us. There was a large trench in this ground quite a long time ago, and I think I see I see some stuff down there on the ground. We should land here.
You.
All right, so roll the landing check then.
All right. You. So 6.
6 all day. It's a little rough. It's a little rough. Where's my
We're using dexterity as well. I don't know if you get a bonus to dexterity, but
That is the only bonus I'm getting to it.
okay.
It's my dex.
All right, so
I'll
yeah,
probably, whenever we get any points to add to stuff, I'll probably put some into the flyer, just so that it's better than.
yeah. I mean, it's
One.
you put it down. I'll say the ground's a little bit soft, and one of the corners sinks into the ground a little bit, and it's gonna take a little bit of extra oomph to get it out of there. But you'll have to cross that bridge when you come to it.
That's not my fault then. It's the planet's fault.
There you go.
Goddamn planet.
Alright, is it raining?
It is, yeah. The you're getting a downdraft from this rainstorm, and it's starting to get actually a little bit colder. So anybody who doesn't have some sort of like environmental protection, can I get an endurance check?
Alright, Zay's gonna flip up his back suit.
Okay.
A 9.
9 is yeah, you're fine. You're cold, but you're like, yeah, cold doesn't bother me. I'm good. All right, and you discover here.
Does anyone else need to roll for that or not?
I thought everyone else did, except you.
So
Unless people are wearing stuff.
yeah, I think people are wearing stuff.
What are we wearing?
So you land in this depression in the earth that leads into the swamp, as well as some other signs of life. There are slabs of wood erected in the soft earth. They are rectangular, and they have some writing on them.
What'd they say?
One of them on the left reads, Captain Paul Wester, Trader, Leader, Father, 1027 to 1092. The one on the right says Lieutenant Guadalupe Graham, Warrior, Hero, Mother, 1020 to 1093.
Alright, where's my money?
we
just
have
two
not
people.
been gotten to the ship yet, so hold your horses.
We got some more terrain to explore. I'll get your credits soon.
There's still stuff.
Holy shit, these people died 13. One of these people died 13 years ago.
Math was definitely wrong.
Yeah, but not by too much.
4 years to like 3 times as much time.
Oh, I was gonna do it on my phone. My phone's dead. My phone has died. So yeah, you find these two basically grave sites here at the edge of the swamp. What do you want to do at this point?
Yes, probably pick back up and follow this
So
trench.
I'll say this. This swamp is very low-lying, and because of the high oxygen content, it's incredibly overgrown. It's very unlikely you'll be able to see anything from an aerial view.
So we're gonna have to swamp walk it.
Alright, I'm gonna use another illegal wizard power.
Okay, so here's my question.
Are you gonna life detect?
When do the sandworm gators come out?
When? I mean, that's not a question that you should ask me. You should have asked the lady that told you about the nematodes. I can't tell you when they come out. I'm just the referee here.
They come out when we're as far away from the air raft as possible.
They mostly come out at night, mostly. That's what Newt would say from Alien 2. Aliens.
Which is from House on Haunted Hill.
Oh my god, you're right.
So why do we think we want to go into the swamp as opposed to out of the depression looking over the rough ground?
Guys, we're travelers and we're stupid.
Yes.
Is there anything about the signal that tells us swamp rather than the other direction?
Yeah, they said they crashed in the swamp and they rigged
Yeah,
up their
it's-
ship
Yeah,
to
you're
be
right.
a place to live in.
Yep. What a dumb place to live. I
If
guess
they're
they
not
crashed
here, we
where
can
they
check
crashed.
in what looks like this area.
Oh yeah. Zach. Steve life detected, by the way.
Oh, life detected? What did they get?
I got a 7, which is an effect of +3.
Alright, and what is, hold on, for life detect, what does that entail all day?
I can detect animal. I can detect life in general, and I can distinguish between animal and human minds
Okay.
and the approximate location.
Alright, nice. So which is good. You'll get an approximate location, pretty quickly off as you enter into the swamp. I'll say within the first 5 kilometers, you do encounter some life. Let me make sure that the stuff's going there, and I got my notes here on what you actually run into. So it could be anything.
And this is like what he detects, not what we like. We're not physically walking yet.
Right, yeah, you detect a dozen animal life forms.
Oh, no humans though.
No humans. Not in the first. Does it give you a range for this?
Distant. I can go look up the actual kilometers you want me to.
I can as well. Yeah, I'm gonna need to know that. Yes.
But it's a bit far away. Let me.
It's in the combat section, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's in the psionic section.
Oh, is it different range bands than the combat ones?
Psionics is their own special whatever.
Okay.
Does that let you?
Distant is 500 meters to 5 kilometers.
500 meters to 5 kilometers. Okay, so yeah, in the first 5 kilometers, you detect 12 alien life forms, non-human.
Non-human, but non-animal.
No, they are animal. Yes.
Okay, so only animal, no humans, no non-animals. Okay. I don't know. I'll just just try to. I'll just kind of grow quiet and just kind of like just try to scan for minds just quietly to myself.
Okay. And how long does this take place for? And how many psionic points does it use?
Takes 1 and it's
Yeah,
1d times 10 seconds.
So duration seems to be a little bit vague. I mean, so telepathy is 1d 10 seconds. I think that's how long it takes me to activate it or do it. I'm not sure which.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I was saying.
this is
That's how
my
long it
first
takes
time-
you to do it. I don't know
Yeah,
how long it lasts.
Yeah, I don't know how long it lasts either. Some of the powers have durations listed, like flight has duration listed, but not all the other powers do.
Okay.
You might have to use it every time you want to use it.
So this is my first time playing a side character, so I'm a little bit vague on the.
So
who's it's in-
if it doesn't list a duration, let's say that it's just kind of like an echolocation, like you send out a ping. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you send out a ping, and you're focusing this ping on like one quarter of the pie that shoots out from you, and you're just looking ahead in the direction that you're going in the swamp, and you detect 12 animal life forms. And does it say that you detect anything about them other than just that? And also, while you're answering that question, can I get... I don't need a roll, but I do need to know who's got the highest recon skill.
It is not Farslow.
I've got
I
a
got
3.
-2. That's pretty high, right?
Do you mean like in aggregate or like the recon mod?
The recon, the ranks in the recon skill itself, because I'm going to make a roll that needs to be modified by the highest recon skill level in the group.
Okay, then I've got a 2.
Yeah, you're definitely the highest one.
Okay.
So from what the Sci-Fi is reading to me is that it detects life. I can tell the difference between animal and non-animal, and it's better detecting non-animal.
Okay, it's better detecting non-animal?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a...
Oh, because they have a stronger life force, like mental
It
force.
functions best in detecting intelligent minds.
Okay, so yeah, you detect, like, we'll just say you detect a group, then, of animal minds somewhere in the next 5 miles.
Alright, well, that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for animals.
Right, and so hit me with, you said there was the highest recon was a 2?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so this is going to be, because you're in the swamp, this is going to be a -2 for that terrain on this roll that I'm doing here. So that's going to be a 6 all day. This is the distance at which this encounter is going to take place. So it's going to take place at between 51 and 250 meters. I'm gonna call it what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, it's like halfway in between there. So that's what's half of 150?
75.
75. So 75 plus 51 is what?
126.
126. So 126 meters away is when this encounter begins.
Remember when I was young? I had a concept of health. I was cute. I could do basic math. Where did it all go?
Yeah.
It's filled with random trivia.
It's all trivia. It's all trivia now.
It's all Fallout lore.
So no, all my basic math skills I exchanged to know like where the Dunmer came from in Skyrim. Like it's all.
Yeah, that went right out when I started memorizing the Poke Rap.
There was exactly
Equivalent exchange.
equivalent
I used to know how to
exchange.
spell.
Pokérap
Oh, they
for.
are not equivalent. Knowing the Giovanni clan structure is not equivalent to being able to do math.
This is true. These appropriate. Okay, right. Okay. So I'm gonna need to know what the I'm gonna need an actual recon checks now at this point.
Okay, I will give you a recon check. 8.
Not better than 8. Admittedly, I do only have a 0 on, so.
All right, so I got an 8 and a 5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I guess we got a pass, but something bad happened. So I'm gonna say you do see it, but it's too late, and it drops down another range band. So you're at medium range. It's like 50 meters away or less. That's an 8, so we're gonna call it the halfway point there. It's 25 meters away, or I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like 30. It's like 30 meters away from you. And it's some kind of like feline-esque stalker, kind of predator. It's low to the ground. It's pretty big.
Hey, could I roll either biology? Yeah, like biology. See if I know what this thing is.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes. Oh, can you not hear me? Hello?
It's not quite there for a
I
second.
hear you now.
Okay,
Would
cool.
that be with intellect or education?
Yeah, whichever's higher, I guess.
Yeah, whichever is higher. Where did you receive your education?
College.
I mean,
Goodbye,
like,
university.
was it in this system?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right. Yes. So go ahead and make it either education or intellect, whichever's higher.
Yeah. Boon, Bane, or normal?
Normal.
Mod.
No mod for this one.
It's just that you can understand. Damn.
Nice.
Cool. 15. Yeah. So you recognize this thing is a. So hold on though, because you recognize this thing, but it's coming in kind of for the kill. But we'll say that you recognize that this is a predator that will attack unless it thinks that you see it. So if it feels like the surprise is ruined, it will not attack. But it's definitely
Okay.
you can tell it's 100% coming in for the strike right now.
Okay, then I'm just going to sharply glare at it.
Where's my
Can I like
gun?
yell at it?
Do you call this
Wait, did
out?
you say you were gonna sharply glare at it with your gun?
I want to try to glare with my gun. She
I
didn't
just
say
look-
that, but I said that.
I look at everyone and I say, "It won't kill us if it doesn't think it could surprise us."
I am hearing this. I am going to pull out my Gauss rifle, and I'm gonna look forward.
Okay.
You make
Yeah,
some
we-
noise.
We all just sharply glare at it till
Yeah.
it goes away.
So yeah, you all it's like stalking, and you all like sharply glare, and you take up a defensive posture, even an offensive posture. Some of you, and you see this thing just kind of like spread out on the ground and like kind of like look around, and then quickly like dart off into some bushes, near where you're at.
Can we tell precisely where it's hiding, or?
It's not hiding, but it goes into some bushes and continues to move, and you can tell that it is continuing to move at quite a speed until you can't hear it anymore. But you have a general idea of what direction it went. Yes.
Okay. First, I
job.
won't shoot or anything. I was thinking of shooting at it, but I
Yeah,
just
me
let
too.
it go.
All right. So yeah, what do you all want to do at this point?
Well, Gauss rifle's staying out. I'll tell you that.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're all
Should
armed
probably draw
up.
my gun too.
Good call. Good call.
I'm operating my life radar.
Oh, are you gonna pop that off again?
Yeah, I'm still. Oh well, yeah, I'm still just searching for life with
Are-
my mind, with my illegal psi powers.
All right. Roll that again. And is this how much psi is this taking you each time?
One,
But you regain it at how many hours is it until you regain more?
it regains after an hour, and then like after 1 hour, it regains one at every hour. So we spent multiple hours in the radar, so I
Yes. All right. Yeah. No. So you basically haven't lost any yet. So we'll say that it's been about an hour. You can pop off another one if you want to make that check for me.
3+.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to this thing has gone back to its group, the thing that was stalking you, but you don't see, or I should say, you don't sense any other life ahead of you other than that, or you know, the life is only behind you now.
All right.
So another.
I'll
Oh, sorry.
say to the group, like, I think this is a waste of time. I don't think there's anyone out here.
But there could be valuable things to pry off it.
There might be, I suppose. I mean, swamps also tend to eat fucking everything too.
I mean, I'm okay with either situation. I could keep going or I could turn around, but I am kind of interested to see this through.
All right. Let's see if there's anything worth getting.
All right.
Yeah, I've already got water all up in my Crocs, so let's keep going.
You're wearing Crocs. Okay. Planetary Crocs. They're for the future, kid. You might as well dress like it. So yeah, you keep pushing in for maybe another hour or so. I'll roll this on the recon. That's a 12. So yeah, we'll say that or that's an 11. That's a 9 all day. So that's gonna be it's another you spot it at a long distance, but there's a group of about 11 animals with horns. They're like pack animals. They're very large, and some of them have large horns as well.
Huge tracks of horns.
Huge tracks of horns. These are much bigger than the horse things that were sucking the algae off the rocks that you saw earlier. These are actually called horn dogs. And they weigh...
What?
They're called horn dogs, and they weigh roughly
Gotcha.
1,600 kilograms.
Oh
Well,
my
those
god.
are big boys.
Yeah, they're big boys. They're thick boys. And there are, so there are like 11 of them, like just kind of like watering up ahead of you directly about, we'll say, at that halfway point in between. Or actually,
Well,
no, that's a lot higher. That's a lot higher. So they're farther. They're closer to 250 clicks out.
Well, that does not seem to be our concern.
Meters, yeah. They're about 250 meters out. And you will, they're in front of you. You'll have to circumnavigate them if you don't want to like get around them.
It's fine by me.
Yeah, might as well give him a wide berth.
Okay. Not terrible, not terrible. So yeah, you all just kind of like walk around them and give them a wide berth and a wide way to go. Can I get a recon check from everybody?
What stat is that under again? I'm sorry.
Ooh, a 10 actually gets it. You notice, not too distant, maybe a 300 meters away, directly ahead of you is like what looks like almost an overgrown like hillock, but you see the shape, and it's like a triangular. It looks like it might be a far trader, and sure enough, you like look through a scope or something to help you get a better view at the distance, and it's got some exhaust coming out of one of the power vents, and it looks like this is a crashed ship, and it seems like there's some signs of life within.
Alright, I motioned to the group to over this way. I think we found our ship.
All right.
Cool. Guess no salvage.
Well, never say never yet.
Yeah.
But no one's alive, though.
Maybe. We'll see. Some power coming out of the exhaust pipe.
So yeah, go ahead and just describe to me how you approach this structure here, this crashed vessel.
All right, so
Well,
we go in full speed,
firstly-
right? And then right when we crash, we hit the e-brake, and we slide in position right against it real cool-like.
Well, I think you all are on foot right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then never mind that.
Well, firstly, I'm going to put away my gun because there might be sentient life here,
Does it look like I'm gonna have
and we
to
will approach with some reasonable casualness.
Okay.
Does it look like I'm gonna have to hack through like swamp, or is there like a clear path?
No, it's a pretty clear path. You won't have to like hack your way through the swamp any more than you already have been. But it's actually a little bit cleared out around here, and you're able to get there with relative ease. And you notice that as you approach, there's somebody steps out from the ship, and they themselves have a rifle with them. They have like a survival rifle, and they hold it up above their heads, with both arms as kind of like a sign to show that they see you, and they stand there for a moment.
I'm gonna-
Look, is he in earshot or no?
No, they're definitely in earshot now.
How long have you been here?
We've been here for almost 20 years.
Oh my god.
And he starts to cry.
You'll never guess who is here and has a raft.
Sorry, I'm back. What happened?
We found the jerk-offs in the far trader we were hunting.
What?
We found the jerk-offs in the far trader we were hunting.
Oh, hey, I wasn't. Give me my money, bitch.
So he pulls himself together a little bit. He wipes the tears away from his eyes and out of his face guard on his respirator thing, and he introduces himself. He's like, "My name is Wilmer Wilcox. I was an intern steward aboard this ship here. I was only about 26 when we set out. As you can see, I'm in my 40s now. Nanami, Aimer, come out here. Marilyn, we're actually getting out of here. Can you believe it?" And he's like, he invites you inside as like these two younger kids kind of come out. They're in their early 20s, maybe late teens. And yeah, their names are Nanami and Aimer. And they're the Wester kids. They're the Wester twins, actually. And Marilyn is an older woman, not the biological biological mother of either child, but she's helped raise them along with Wilmer since the other two survivors had passed all those years ago. The two survivors that passed were the actual parents of these two kids, as you discover over your kind of like conversations with them. They show you around the Far Trader, and they show you how the meteorite shear right through a lot of just the engine drives, and they were really lucky that they had any amount of power they were able to generate at all. It was a very scant amount, but just enough to run this stuff to keep them to survive, and they've kind of been doing a round robin going up to the Roughlands and refilling their air tanks so that they can go out and hunt and have enough food to survive all of these years. And they've actually been able to survive. It was Captain Paul Wester was the one who helped them set everything up to be able to survive this long. And they even described the situation of when they sent him out to set up that kind of like radio transceiver, and how they knew it was like such a slim possibility that anyone would notice it ever. And they really never expected to get saved. But now that you're here, they're all like so happy. And I mean, just be aware though that Marilyn is super old. Marilyn's like in her 70s, like early 80s, and is pretty fragile, and has actually never, other than a few times early on, hasn't in recent memory traveled through the swamp in any capacity.
You've been here for some 20 years. You must be a hotbed for all varieties of disease. Would you, after we're done here, would you care to step into my lab, allow me to analyze them?
Well, yes, but if it'll get us off of here, we'll do whatever. We would really like to go.
Yeah,
We'll also like you to sign over your salad
Ooh,
drinks.
biochemical weapons, here I come.
No.
I'm not saying that out loud. Just
Swear to God, if I get any scent of anything, you're out the airlock.
I don't. I say to them, don't worry, your escape is not contingent upon that. I can assure you.
That's
course.
your prerogative if you want to do that or not.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
So how did y'all find us? What led y'all out here?
Well,
Yeah. The radio
Doing some
transceiver.
survey work.
yeah, we were doing some survey work in the general surrounding area, and yeah, we picked up the radio transmission that was left by crap, I forget his name now. I just had it.
Paul, Captain Wester.
Captain
By
Paul
Captain
Wester. Well, dang. We never thought it would actually work. I guess it didn't work for quite some time, but gee. And so Aimer Wester comes up to you, Zay, who you're the senior scout. They can kind of tell by your uniform and the way that you're holding yourself in this group and describing everything. And he says, like, look, my dad left this stuff behind, and he said that we should give it to whoever comes to rescue us. And it looks like that's you, and I guess this is for y'all. And he hands you it's like a makeshift wooden chest that he's handing over to you, and it's actually full of money. It's got like gold coins and like Imperial bills and stuff. It's about 30,000 credits.
The blooms.
Okay.
I'm curious, where were you guys coming from when you crashed here? Where are you from originally?
Like, well, we're all from different parts out here in the Reach, but we were running some Imperial goods down to the Hyatt on the trade route when we did a little pit stop over here in Heaven. We were doing a slingshot maneuver to get out to one of the gas giants to refuel, because we're cheapskates. At least that's how Paul was back in the day. And now we were hit by a meteorite. We went down real hard. It weren't pretty, but we were doing a little in-system trading, and we got caught up in a really bad way, and no one has found us in all this time.
So what's your ship called?
The Judea. It's named after an old sea ship from a story.
Well, glad we found you.
So I ask Amer and Naname, so the two of you look old enough to have basically grown up on this planet, correct?
We were both born here, yeah.
Oh my lord.
Says
You're
Nanami.
not survivors of the crash.
No. We our mother and father had us here on this planet.
So no one is alive from the survivor of the crash.
No. That's not true. Wilmer Wilcox and Marilyn Lucia are both survivors of the crash.
God damn it. I mean, all right.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The middle-aged guy and the old woman both look at each other kind of confused for a second.
Can Farsla run? Is there any mechanic to see whether I sense that there's anything off with their story,
Yeah,
like streetwise or anything like that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll do
I think it's generally deception against deception, isn't it? Because like being a trained
recon.
liar,
It's recon.
you're good at
against
seeing
deception.
other people's lives.
You can use
Okay.
deception against deception, but you can also use recon and stuff.
Okay. I mean, I'll use streetwise if I can, but I'll use deception if I have to.
Gotcha. I love Wiggles' comment. 20-year-long con stage 1. Live in the swamp for 2 decades.
Yes. All right. So here's the streetwise.
Okay. So, yeah, you've been around the block enough to know that like ships have an SOS beacon that will like send a message, it's supposed to. And you bring that up. You're like, "What about your beacon?" And they tell you like their beacon did not work. Like they tried to activate it and it never sent out a signal, and it never actually like worked the way it was intended to, and that is one of the main reasons why they were never able to get any kind of rescue all of this time. They used the parts from the faulty emergency beacon to rig up that radio transceiver that you all found.
Okay.
Does that sound like something that's like plausible to me?
I mean, yeah, it's an imperfect world. Entropy is the only static force in the universe.
Okay.
So yeah, it seems like it's a little like unlikely, but if what they're saying is true, they have like a big court case on their hands, and like anybody with admin or advocate is gonna be like, "Yo, you guys need to sue the manufacturer of the."
I will definitely be that.
Yeah, they're
or advocate.
no check needed. You're just like, the manufacturer of this emergency beacon is liable for like so much money in damages. Now it's a million credit lawsuit. It's a multi-million credit lawsuit for sure.
I'll hook you guys up with a good lawyer. I know some people.
They're like, well, we thank you very much. So we've got about, another 50, 45 minutes here, to kind of discuss like what the logistics of this rescue are actually going to end up being.
Yeah, so like, what do they want to bring other than themselves?
Well, they don't have much, so that's not too big of a deal. Maybe like they've each got like enough personal belongings to bring with them, like in their own personal bags that they have with like backpacks or whatever. I wouldn't imagine would be too much. But yeah,
Any cargo on the ship.
Yeah, like there's not really anything to bring with other than like you could 100% send a salvage crew out for this vehicle, for scrap basically, but that's just about all that it's going to be worthwhile.
Probably shouldn't because it's evidence.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I don't, if we give a shit about that. Do we give a shit about that? I mean, because we don't get salvage, we care about that.
Yeah, I don't care about evidence. I mean,
I care about their court case.
So, discussions of lawsuit and Star Trek DS9 going on at the same time.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Discussions of lawsuits and DS9 going on at the same time.
Oh, yeah, no, that's exactly why I paused there for a second. I was like, I can't talk and read at the same time, but yes, I don't know if this was a Deep Space Nine episode. It's one I haven't seen yet.
Well, they were being held there against their will by a mad woman, so this is different.
Oh, okay. Alan Moraine is my favorite Deep Space Nine episode so far. But
Alan Moraine,
1, 2, 3. Alan Moraine, come with me. So fun. Why isn't that a episode or a traveler module yet? Is what I want to know. But so you all have a maximum of 8 people can fit in the air raft. Is that enough? Do you have enough space for all 4 of the survivors?
No, we would have to go back, drop people off, and come back and bring them in.
Okay.
Okay, so what I would suggest then is, I think there's like 11 or 9 of us. So a group of 4 and a group of 5, probably 2 crew in each group at least.
Yeah, and somebody would be you're piloting, right? Like, so you're gonna always be piloting.
Oh, true. So I guess it's gonna be a group of 5 both ways, regardless.
Yes. How about this? How about we all go back, all of us in the party, go back to the air raft, take the air raft to the ship, and then have the ship kind of shadow the air raft as we go. One person in the air raft goes and picks up the people who need rescue.
Oh, that's not a terrible idea.
So the ship can hover over the area, and we can use the air raft to show them back and forth.
Yeah, the air raft can even come and go from the ship.
Yeah, no.
Worst comes to worst, I need a sample of their blood.
For court reasons.
Yeah, evidence.
Yes.
There will be no worst.
Yeah, I'm okay with that plan.
All right, so
it also has the advantage that when we get back to the ship, the people who are going to ride on the ship might want to just look up in the ship computer whether there's anything about the Judea.
Does anyone want to stay behind?
I want to roll life detection just one more time to figure out why I couldn't actually detect these people.
Oh, yeah, I can answer that one real quick. It only does in a 5-mile radius. And they were 15 miles away, and you only did 2 checks. So if you had popped off a third one, you absolutely would have. It was just you guys kind of discovered this halfway through circumnavigating those horn dogs, so it wasn't you were able to visually see the wreck before you needed to call. I needed to call on a check from you for psionics. And now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
It sure is. So yeah, I guess we'll do the first group real quick.
Just remember, cannibalism is addictive and may be a fact of life around here.
Yeah, I wouldn't
How do
keep.
you know it's addictive?
I wouldn't keep anybody here with the family. I mean, they've been on their own for so long; they don't need babysitting.
Okay. Well, I figure. Well, one of the reasons I was suggesting is that we don't lose it on accident.
Yeah, I mean, I
Because one of the problems that originally is that we couldn't go over the swamp in the airboat because we might have missed them. So if we're in the spaceship, it might
Because
be
you
worse.
did do
Well,
a low
that's the
pass over the
GP
swamp, and you were not able to see. You did
Okay.
attempt, but if you leave someone behind, you potentially is maybe someone with a flare gun and some flares. They could.
Look.
Well, we
Or
could
someone
do
with
that.
a radio.
I mean,
Hey,
and you
here'd
could
be
give the
the other
radio or the
question.
the radio won't work because of the bugs that
Oh,
block
sure.
radio transmission.
I
Well,
have
so-
an inertial locator. Here you go.
Yeah. I mean, there surely we've got some variety of sensor or locators, some GPS, so that we at least know where we are presently standing in a coordinate sense.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Especially
ought
if
to
you
be able to
use
get back here.
GPS, you can just tag this area. You can get back here pretty quickly. But the one thing I do want is it's been 11 hours. By the time you make it back to the ship, it will have been 12, like all day. So to do another like run and to like finish off the rescue, I will just need like an endurance check from the pilot.
I mean, I can pilot if he's too tired.
I mean, I
Well, let's see how tired he is. Let's give it a check.
I'm assuming we're all gonna need endurance checks.
I mean, they're the only one that's really going to affect right now. You do all spot some horn dogs on your way out of the swamp towards the end, but they're pretty docile.
Hey, not great, gang.
Yeah, you're tired, dude. You're really fucking tired.
Yeah.
I think we might need a different pilot.
I,
To
well,
get the blood sickness.
well, I have flyer. Does anyone else have flyer?
This is
Nope.
pilot, not flyer.
Well, it's either
Okay.
or.
For the air raft, it's flyer.
Yeah, for
I'm due.
on planet, like, because you can use the air raft in space also, but on a planet with gravity, it is flyer. Yes.
Oh, this was tiredness for the air raft person?
For the
Yeah.
aircraft?
Oh, then that's
Oh.
me.
Oh,
That's
that's you.
Cal then.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Zay's just tired also.
I got a 5.
You got a
We're
5. So
also
yeah,
tired.
you're both feeling a little groggy. I'm gonna give you -1s on your checks, but nothing too serious. And we'll say that like the sun is starting to set on this world. So it's gonna be a bit of a nighttime trek.
And I almost bought those energy drugs. Next
So
time.
just real fast, are you all gonna be? You're gonna be walking the survivors out of the swamp, and then back to the.
No.
No. We're going to walk back to the air raft, take the air raft to the ship, and take the ship back to here, and then use the air raft to ferry them from the ground to the ship.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, so cool. And the horn dogs. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna roll one more time to see if there's anything crazy that goes down in the air. No, you all are fine. And I'm gonna say that after about. Yeah, geez, like after about like a whole it's like a full 16-hour day almost, like getting all of this stuff like from start to finish, from like leaving Heavenport and then getting all of this taken care of. It was a 16-hour day, and you're able to you ping the crash site, so you have the location if you want to do anything with that, and you have the survivors on your ship as well. Can I get a medical check for the old lady though?
I got you.
No.
Wait, can I scan her?
Yeah.
So that I get a +1.
Yeah, absolutely. She's like, take your time. Ooh!
17.
Yes.
Nice,
Okay.
Oh my god, Nat 12.
She's never felt better.
So she's older, and all of this excitement has like, she's got a lot of health problems that have just gone completely unaddressed. Like she's got arthritis, she's got like some cardiovascular issues. She's gonna
The
just
bone
need
death sickness that comes from the very specific bug that is everywhere around here.
something. Yeah, maybe. Like it's just she's not doing too well, and all the excitement has kind of exasperated everything. She's kind of having a little bit of trouble like breathing. So you just like give her some oxygen and set her up. Give her some bed rest. Like oxygen and bed rest is pretty much what
Can
you
I give
prescribe.
her some like treatment with the higher medical supplies we have?
Oh
like,
yeah, that too. I
Imagine
mean,
she hasn't had
give
certain
her some
vaccines, etc.
antibiotics and some
in a while.
vaccines and stuff. But like, make sure you don't like overload her or anything because she's super old. But yeah, you do. With that medical check, we'll say you're able to. You keep her alive. You keep her stable and happy. For the remainder of the trip, basically. And with that note, I think we are gonna kind of like wrap everything up here. But I am curious as to like what you will do with the survivors at this point, because they're like, they don't know anything about like what's gone on in the last 20 years.
So Zach, can I ask one question
Yes.
before we figure out what to do with them? And that is, can I look up any news, encyclopedia, library info about the Juday?
Oh yeah.
I have a database that'll help.
Yes. And the info that I can give you, it was registered to Captain Paul Wester. He was a trader. Lieutenant Guadalupe Graham was also on board the ship, as well as Wilmer Wilcox and Marilyn Lucia. They're all registered to the ship, as well as several other crewmates who were with them, and a few travelers who disappeared as well. And
Who got ate by someone or something.
yes, exactly. The nematodes more than likely got them, or they died in the crash. So it does seem like, yes, their story is corroborated with this. The ship went missing years and years ago, and no one was able to discover it until now.
Forget the local strain of influenza.
Yep. Yeah, so you... I guess, so do you bring them back to Heavenport? I guess is my question. Is like, where do you bring the survivors?
I think we should bring them back to Wildman. I think that would be a lot better of a place to leave them.
I mean, are we done here on this planet?
I think so. We sold our stuff.
I went
We
to the
surveyed.
ship in orbit of it. My
Well-
lab ship.
I mean, let's look at it this way. We could always go back to Wilderman, sell the stuff that we bought here this session, bring the family back. We could pick up more trade goods, take it to Heaven, and do more surveying if the Scout Service wants us to. I mean, it's only 24 hours back and forth.
Well,
Yeah, that's
potentially 30, because you got
Sure.
24 because of the slingshot maneuver you were able to do.
Yeah. But I mean, in terms of if we've been given a job and there's a payoff, I don't know, the time necessary to run back and forth isn't all that much in economic terms.
Do we roll on the thing now? Now that we have surveyed?
Yes, and you get a ×2 multiplier for discovering a quote-unquote settlement. If you want to roll a d6, we can figure out how much money you get, plus the money you got just outright.
Oh, from the people handing it to us?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where did all the money go? What happened with the charge card and payout card? Did you guys split that or something?
The charge card, a lot of it went to goods that we're gonna sell again.
And you have you earn an extra 6,000 once you get to the scouting base, and I assume that the scouting office is on Wilderman. So is that where you're all? Are you gonna head to Wilderman at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where is my lab ship stationed, anyways?
Oh God, I sent it to you. It's stationed around another planet, a very icy world.
Well, yes, but then how did I get to Wildman?
How
Did I
did you
take
get to Wildman? The
Did I take
detachable
like a
pinnace.
space cab?
The pinnace.
Okay, fair enough.
So, how much money was in that box?
30K, I think, approximately,
Yeah.
of
30K.
assorted things that are worth money.
Do we have any obligation to leave them some to start their new life?
They
or...
have already. The kid will explain like, oh no, like this is just a percentage of like what my parents had when we crashed. Like the rest has been, it's mine and my twin sister's inheritance.
Okay. All right. So we're not leaving them penniless on Wilderman.
Correct.
I mean,
Okay.
we could.
We could, and
We
maybe
could.
Farslow would, but
No,
I feel better.
Throw it, just
We have guns.
dump them.
I
do
feel
we wanna-
better knowing that they have their own money.
Do we want to make a
Someone wants
list?
to sleep well at night. I see.
Do we want to make a list of what we need to like? Can we jot down before we leave like the planet what we need or what they would like to buy on this planet again, just in case like we end up back here,
What do you mean?
or no? Like, are we?
Casey's asking if the desired goods page will be relevant if we come back tomorrow.
Oh no, I mean no. I'll just regenerate all this stuff if you all head
Okay.
back. I mean, I'll regenerate the Wilderman stuff for next week, so you all can buy stuff on Wilderman, and maybe we can get into some Wilderman shenanigans before you all figure out where you're gonna jump to next. But I think that is gonna bring us to kind of like the end of the session, which is also everyone's favorite part of the session, where I ask everybody what their favorite part of the session was, starting with Brogar. Brogar, what was your favorite part of the session?
I liked getting a chance to wander around on planet and finding stuff and not getting eaten by a predator.
Nice. Very good. Wiggles, what was your favorite part?
Using my illegal wizard powers.
That was actually, I liked I like learning about the way psionics functions in this game. It's a lot of fun. Elijah, Zay, what was your favorite part?
Favorite part was traversing the swamp. I really like that exploration aspect of RPGs.
Nice. Yeah, this is the first time we've actually done any kind of hex crawl in Traveler, or that I've done. So this was a lot of fun, like getting set up for and actually doing. Oh my god, the Crocs. Hubert, what was your favorite part?
Well, I'd have to say getting A, to actually use what's in my scientific knowledge, and B, the potential to use it yet more.
Yes. Very, very excellent. And Cal Sonnet, what was your favorite part of the session? Outlook.
Winning a bet and being the best goddamn doctor in this system.
Yes.
You owe us 50 credits, Steve.
Fine, here.
I did like that. That was also a really that was a blast. But yeah, so
50
that's.
credits do I owe?
I think
Huh?
it was 50 to each of them, right?
It's 50 each, and
How many
if you-
people credit-
Not Farslow. He didn't bet.
it was just
Only
two of
me.
us.
He didn't care.
Cow.
Alright, well, I pay you out. I don't welch on my bed.
Good job. Good game. All right, so that was really fun. That was a solid like week. Oh, speaking of game time, I'm gonna add an extra couple days to the calendar. It's now one day again. It's now another one day, and it's the 9th of the year 1105. So we've got that on the calendar as well. And I guess I will see you all next week for another game of Traveler. And as always, if you have any questions in the downtime in between sessions, you can always ask in the group, and I'll respond.
Sure.
Alrighty.
All right, awesome. So cool. Thank you all for playing so much. And if you're watching on Twitch right now, I have no idea who it is. If anybody, my phone is completely dead at this point. But thank you for watching, and thanks for watching on YouTube as well. And we'll catch you all next week. Have a good one.
Cool.